The Morning Invasion.
Ready for this?
What? On Star 88.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
I suppose we should get going.
Yeah!
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it time to do this on a Monday?
Yeah.
Is it time?
I'm so ready for this to happen.
Oh my gosh, it feels like it was just yesterday that we said the exact same thing last Monday. Yeah. It's weird, right? Time flies.
Time is flying by and this Monday morning. Gonna be a week from now, we're gonna say the same thing. Cause life is so short, you'll be dead soon. So kiss your babies cause they're growing up fast. Getting married and they'll hate you forever. You'll be old in a retirement home with nobody. You're gonna die alone. Yeah, yeah. You're gonna die alone. Yeah, yeah. You're gonna die alone. Yeah.
Well, that's too early for that. Gosh, gotta warm up them vocal cords first. That's a beautiful song, Steve. Beautiful. Break it down, everybody. Welcome to the show. We are live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
That's right.
Welcome, everybody. Dex, Steve-O.
Channeling my inner thoughts in song. So.
How's everybody doing out there? You, the Starmy. That's right, I'm talking to you guys. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Just search Star 88, and you can watch all the shows. We upload them at 10 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday. Good morning, Naomi, Jarrett, Trish. It's happening, guys, on Facebook Live. Of course, YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube, shout out to...
Can't see anybody yet because they haven't chimed in. That's the only thing that stinks about YouTube is you can't really see who chimes in unless they chime in.
Well, I mean...
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same with Facebook.
Oh, it is? Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yep, you're absolutely right. If we get a little more interaction on the YouTube, we got a ton of people joining us on YouTube. Just say hi, get the conversation flowing.
That's right.
Oh, let's see. Whoa, how was your weekend, man? Was it good?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, baseball. Baseball.
Yeah.
And baseball. Watched my son play baseball.
Yeah.
So.
Does it ever get old watching your son play baseball?
Nah.
It doesn't. When your kids are playing, I don't care what it is.
Right.
It never gets old.
Luke had this, he was playing second base for one of the games, and he had this, leaping, diving cat up from the knees, throw to first, out it. Yeah. It was one of those, Sports Center, man, yeah!
That's cool.
Way to get dirty, kid! Ah! Yeah.
Awesome.
And it never gets old. I love it,
man.
So, but that was my weekend minus, Pastor Levi Lesko. Dude threw down. Can I just say, I was so excited to see him.
Yep. Pastor
Gosh,
Levi Lesko.
man. Yeah. So, he was here this last weekend. If you guys missed it, catch the podcast, because I'm not even kidding. Pastor Levi just throws down. We're going to be with him in a few short weeks, hanging out again for Harvest. So,
Harvest America?
Dude, I'm stoked.
Is he the official MC?
He's he's the MC.
He's the guy. He's the new Ryan Seacrest.
He's the dude. He's the dude, bro.
He's the dude.
So we got to kick it for a little bit.
Good.
That dude works out more than anyone I know. And I went to hug him after all these years. Ah, boom. Ow. Oh my gosh.
What's
I
he
just ran
doing?
into a brick wall.
Is he CrossFitting it up? What's he is? No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, it's been a long time since we hit that CrossFit.
You don't mess with Pastor Levi. He throws down.
Tell you what.
The word of God and muscles.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Coming up on the show, we're going to talk about the key to true happiness. What do you think it is? What's the key to true happiness?
Key to true happiness. Got a few ideas. Yeah.
Marinate on that for a little bit.
Going to. Starmy, feel free to chime in. Key to true happiness.
You can chime in. You can text into the show. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505 585-5483. Shout out to a member of the Starmy that just chimed in on the live line and said, "Good morning from the traditional radio." Yes.
Just pulling up that FM radio in the car. Maybe it's the stereo in your house.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do that anymore. It's kind of crazy,
Stereo
right?
in the house.
Mhm.
We opted to turn off the television last night and do that very thing.
Really? What'd you guys listen to?
Just music.
Oh.
But it was good.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't traditional radio, but I can't remember the last time that some dumb show wasn't on in the background. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so it was like, nope. This weekend, killing it.
Yeah.
We'll watch some baseball, watch the Angels game, and then it was like, let's just rock some music and enjoy each other.
It'd be kind of a cool thing to do as a family, like pick themed nights.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a night where you ditch the TV and just, okay, it's all radio. We just listen to the radio, or we listen to the record player, or
It was lovely. We all worked together in the backyard.
Yeah.
I mostly was the project manager because I still can't do a whole lot. So I'm like, Jeter boys, I'm gonna need you to this. I'm just gonna be the boss over here, right? We're gonna need some more dirt in that area.
how many?
Looking good.
What's the time frame? How much are you working these boys a day?
A couple hours.
Yeah. See, we're gonna have to check out the laws because I feel like you might be.
Yeah, but they're my children. I own them.
Doesn't matter. It's
No, they're basically
slave
like
labor.
indentured servants at
That's
this point.
slave labor, man.
Yeah, but they're mine.
I'll talk to the Jeter boys about it.
Yeah.
Have them Google. I'll just send them a link.
All right.
Make sure that they're following
You know,
New Mexico laws.
protocol.
Forcing
They had water.
your child to,
They're good.
you know,
No.
dig a hole in the backyard and fill it up and then dig it again. I mean, that's not okay.
I'll tell you what, though. One of the times that we did, like, all right, now we're gonna cook some dinner and we're just gonna chill. What do you guys want to do? We had like family movie night.
Nice.
We picked a movie. We finally saw the last Pirates of the Caribbean that came out like a year ago.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do we miss all these movies?
I was late to the
I don't
game
have
on
time
that,
for
too.
these movies. I'm sorry, guys.
Yep.
So late to the game.
That's a good one to watch. as a
Really
family.
bummed I was late to that game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because we watched it last night and I was like, all right.
Good.
Yeah, Dr. Brienne just chimed in. See? That's why I was just project manager. That's my doc.
What's up, Doc? How you doing? Thanks for taking care of my boy.
Trying to heal me.
Thank you.
Trying to help me.
Let's get him back into tip-top shape. Morning, Patricia. Good morning, Landon. Johnny on YouTube, hanging out. David and Christine. Thank you. Or Kristen. Thanks for joining us.
Stacy says I still haven't seen that one. Dude, Netflix, yo.
Yeah, I think it's I wouldn't say it's the best. I think the first one was the best.
That's
but-
exactly what the Jeter Boys said
Yeah?
last night. Yeah, first one is still classic. It's
Yeah.
still the best, but this one was reminiscent of that.
Mhm.
There's something about, I mean, what is this, number 5?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I didn't really care for the other ones in between.
Yeah. So somebody else chimed in and said, I'm on that bandwagon. I'm in that boat. I finally got to see the Black Panther movie.
Nice.
They rented it.
Good.
Well done.
Well done.
What'd you think, Stormy? Isn't that funny? It's like you could tell we're just busy.
Yeah, I know. You're busy.
Just real
Lot
busy,
going
all
on.
of us.
All right, let's kick off the show with some local news. Here's your headline.
All right.
Pranksters sneak into Kendrick Lamar concert disguised as cleanup crew.
Shut up.
Yep.
Only in New Mexico.
Some might call it the perfect crime, while others might say it was just plain stupid. 2 local college students disguised as the cleanup crew snuck into the Kendrick Lamar concert Tuesday night with ease. Man, kind of want to hear what this guy has to say.
Just plain stupid. 2 local college students disguised as a cleanup crew sneaked into the Kendrick Lamar
Isn't it
concert
snuck
last
in?
night with ease.
Sneaked
Just-
in?
Like I said all that, sir.
Sneaked in?
They
Isn't it
sneaked
snuck
in.
in?
They sneaked in.
snuck in.
He said sneaked in?
Yeah, he's a professional.
He said sneaked
Come on,
in?
Dean.
They documented the whole thing on social media as they dressed up like members of the cleanup crew, wearing orange vests and toting giant trash cans they got at Walmart. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I want to know how they got caught. They were let right in through the employee entrance. The guy and girl then headed to a porta potty to take off their disguises. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do with this," said the girl. Once they ditched the clothes, then they enjoyed the show, blending in among the sea of pain concert
This is great. So they did not get caught. They just found out because they, live tweeted it?
Yeah,
they were on Facebook Live?
Yeah, they're on Facebook Live.
That's not the way you pull off a heist. Listen, Danny Ocean, that's stupid. By the way, the real Danny Ocean was at the palace for the big old wedding thing.
Oh,
pretty sure they stole the diamonds.
Oh gosh.
Although I didn't see
The
Matt
crown
Damon there.
jewels.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's a form of theft. You're stealing from the artist. You're stealing from the venue, and it's unacceptable. Said this Kimberly girl. She works at the Isleta Amphitheater and said it also presents concerns about safety.
Well, yeah, dude, they just snuck in.
Mm-hmm.
No one even checked.
Yep. Well, it says, "I hope they get in trouble," she says. So it doesn't say that anywhere in here that they've.
See, I agree with this Starmy member. For the expense they went through to sneak in, why not just buy tickets?
Do you know how much some Kendrick Lamar tickets?
Was it sold out?
I have no idea. Don't know.
They bought uniforms.
Probably was.
They bought garbage cans.
Wow. And they just snuck right in like they were working there.
Was it really sold out, though?
I don't know. I saw somebody on Facebook Live over the weekend.
There was a sea of people.
Oh, my gosh. It looked like it was, but I don't know. I feel like that would, if there was a show was going to sell out.
I will say this. Concert tickets are getting stupid.
Yeah, I would imagine those
prices are getting ridiculously expensive.
How do you guys even afford that, huh?
Right. So who knows? Maybe they felt that was the cheaper option.
Yep, I feel like
not that it's okay.
You know, they need to do a better job. Security's got to step up their game, man. I don't know how they got in because I've worked at the Pavilion for almost 20 years.
Right.
As far as doing radio stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Same people that I see every time I go out there, they don't let anybody backstage unless you got a pass. Dude, even though I show them a pass, it's like, if I didn't have my pass, you're sorry, I can't go back.
We had VIP backstage passes when Korn was here because Brian Head Welsh, guitar player for Korn, believer, rad dude. And we still had to get an escort.
Yeah.
Like we were standing there with like our VIP backstage passes that they gave us. And it's like, bro.
They're pretty strict.
Yeah. They still wouldn't let us back there. And we're like, dude. And he was like, got to get an escort.
Yeah.
So we had to have one of the dudes from the band come back there, grab us, and take us backstage.
Yeah.
So weird.
I'm surprised that they...
But those two got it. Maybe it's because of the type of shows we go to. I mean, that was a hip-hop show. Maybe security was a
but I even think, even if you're, janitorial or you're the people that take care of the garbage, they, I think, have to have a pass to get in.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe they were just holding garbage. Like what you do, you hold the garbage can, and then they ask for it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, will you just reach into my pocket?
It's
in
right
my pocket.
there.
Yeah.
Just right. Oh, we believe you. Thanks, man. Just going to go work.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, they decided to go on Facebook Live and tell the world. Yeah, you're caught on camera now, kids. You're going to get it.
Just call them kids.
Gosh, they sounded so old right there. You're going to get it now, kids.
You're in for it now,
camera.
Children.
You're done. You're donezo.
Felicia chimed in and said it wasn't that expensive. I was actually there. So they went through a lot of trouble for probably nothing.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Maybe that was part of it. They just wanted to, document it. Which is really stupid.
For a YouTube channel?
Actually, you know what? I don't want to deter stupid criminals from putting stuff on Facebook because that's how they get caught. So you know what? Just keep bragging.
Throw the book at them.
Just keep bragging, please. It makes it easier for the police department.
Prosecute them to the highest. How's it go? Prosecute them to the fullest of the law that entails to direct the head of security.
Okay. Somebody said uniforms are probably cheaper than tickets. I paid over $200 for mine.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, I just threw up about the.
Whoa.
$200.
Whatever, man. You were about ready to spend $700 to go see Genesis play. So hey, don't act like it's a lot of money. Okay?
I was not, for the record, I was not going to spend $700.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure Chrissy didn't want me to spend $700. Because fifth row floor for Phil
If
Collins.
Chrissy would have said yes, you would have done it.
I don't think I would have, to be
No?
honest.
Oh.
No, because you start thinking
Oh,
about
man.
that. Okay, so he's talking about the fact I got pre-sale because we're both grew up fans of Phil Collins because of our parents and because he's one of the greatest.
Not $700 fan. I mean,
Yeah, so I got on the pre-sale and $700.
Oh.
It sold out in like minutes, but
That's-
I just
that's
happened to
crazy.
have pre-sale, so I was like, I'll see. That'd be fun. Nope.
yeah, you think that would be the front row for $700?
Well, it was fifth row floor.
I mean, it's not front row.
Yeah,
$700.
that's stupid.
$350 a
Like-
pop. It's crazy.
Which is what was even crazier is the fact that was because of like 3 different sets of fees. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It should have been like 500, but all those
Ugh.
fees. Was
Jeez, man.
so disgusting, guys. There's no way. Got to be a good steward of the money we've been given.
Amen.
Biblical.
All right, we got to take a break. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. Yeah. Morning Invasion. Be brought to you by Preston Hart. Screen printing, live printing, graphic design. PrestonHart.com. Coming up, the key to true happiness. Also, schools forcing every student to smile while walking in the hallways.
What?
Or they're forced to see the guidance counselor to talk about what their problem is.
Oh my gosh.
You better
yes.
smile.
Yes, and amen. Let's talk about this.
505-585-LIVE. You want to text into the show. Of course, we love hearing your voice, so please give us a call. Phone line's open, 505-338-3700. And good morning, Facebook Live and YouTube Live. You can watch us right now. Listen to the program at Star 88. We'll be right back from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 studio.
A solar flare from David Jeremiah. We don't need more religion. What we need is more of Jesus. Star 88.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1. Over and over again. Going right back to the start, starting from where we begin. And I don't wanna be your friend, I just wanna be in love. And even if I'm chasing you is good enough. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I try to fit you in a box with a little bit of passion, but because you won't fit, I throw a fit and I leave you alone. And I don't wanna be your love, and I just wanna be your love. And even if I'm chasing you, no matter what, I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose my. I keep on running back to you. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose my. lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose you. I keep on running back to you. I can't lose this time. And no matter what I do, I can't lose mine.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dax and Steve-O on Star 88.
Known and safe were never real, so you had to learn how not to feel. No one to lose without a path, and you never win some, so you never went back. All the space that your heart should fill, you can't hide when you hold still. Without a light to shine or a room to grace, not even looking for luck in the right or wrong. But the tear-stained eyes inside your head could find their way back home again. And someday you could heal your wounds, my friend, my friend. People can't see, people won't hear, so all you can trust is your own fear. And while you're waiting in the wings for the sun to shine, you feel the days getting shorter as you're losing your mind. But the tear-stained eyes inside your head could find their way back home again. And someday you could heal your wounds, my friend, my friend.
We all want the best future for our children. Our next generation of leaders need a strong foundation. With small classes, a great sports program, and affordable tuition, Evangel Christian Academy strives to equip students for the work God has for them. ECA's mission is to shape and empower the Christ-loving leaders of tomorrow. By using a leadership-driven and individualized learning model, our staff can better prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. ECA also utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our Academy campus taught by our staff. Since 1976, Evangel Christian Academy has been serving children from preschool through 12th grade and is fully accredited. We are located at 4501 Montgomery Boulevard Northeast in Albuquerque and are currently enrolling for the 2018-19 school year. Please contact Evangel Christian Academy for a tour today at 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
Rich Wilkerson Jr. reminds us that if we desire to lead, we must first learn to follow.
How many Christians have I met that say, I love Jesus, but I don't like the church? I don't like the church. Hey, you don't have to go to church to be a Christian. Hey, church is boring. Hey, church is full of hypocrites. See, I think if we would just stop and reflect a little bit more on what we're saying and understand who we are as the church, we would never say these things. Because if we're the bride of Christ, there's no way to say, I love Jesus, but I don't like the church. That's like saying, I love you, Jesus, but I don't like your bride. Come on, I know you don't have to go to church to be qualified as a Christian. But come on, if you love Jesus and you're a Christian, why would you not want to go to church? Church is boring. Don't ever say that. Ever. Because church is you and me. And I refuse to be boring. You're boring.
That's a PowerPoint on Star 88.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
Britain's royal family tweeted a thank you note to all those who went to Windsor or watched on television the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
President Trump on Twitter saying he will demand the Justice Department look into whether the DOJ or FBI infiltrated or surveilled his campaign for political purposes.
Beijing says it will significantly increase its purchases of American goods and services.
A study by Blue Cross Blue Shield finds that the overall number of Americans being diagnosed with severe depression has jumped a staggering 33% in recent years.
A Gaston County, North Carolina sheriff's deputy was one of 2 people killed when a car plowed into a restaurant in Bessemer City.
Deadpool 2 takes the top box office spot, grossing an estimated $125 million.
Kiss me like you miss me, Red.
Security forces in Myanmar are continuing to force Rohingya Muslims out of the country.
Justified pounded his way to a victory that looked like something out of a movie in the Preakness.
A Powerball ticket purchased in New Jersey hitting all the right numbers.
Officials in Texas have now released the names of all of the victims of Friday's school shooting in Santa Fe.
Former President George H.W. Bush arriving in Maine for an extended summer stay. The 93-year-old was hospitalized for an infection the day after former First Lady Barbara Bush's funeral last month.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Invasion on a Monday. Dex and Steve-O, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
Just happy to be here, everybody.
Are you
Like the
happy?
show.
Are you truly happy?
We've got a great show for you today. I'm real excited.
We're going to talk about happy. Do you feel happy?
I just want to be happy.
I know you do.
Everybody's got different ideas as to what the key to happiness is. We sure would love your thoughts. 505-585-5483 if you'd like to text into the live line and just give us an idea about what makes you happy and what you think true happiness is all about.
Do I look happy?
No.
It's real happy.
Key to true happiness. We're going to tell you what that is coming up here in just a second. Phone lines are open as well. 505-338-3700. You can chime in through YouTube Live or Facebook Live at Star 88. Good morning, Sarah. It's my big brother partner. I don't know how to say that. We watch Big Brother.
Oh, I'm like...
Not together, but we always discuss on Facebook afterwards. I'm going to be quiet.
It's my big brother partner.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I mean, it's,
your big brother's
she's
wife?
a girl,
Like,
but
what
we
do you-
watch Big Brother because we're fanatics for Big Brother, and then never mind. It's confusing. Which man, it's almost time for another season of Big Brother on CBS.
Gosh, is that what happiness is for you?
Woo! What?
Good
Happiness?
TV.
Oh yeah, just drama on TV.
Happiness is good television.
Just makes me happy seeing other people suffer. Is that okay to say?
It's not. I'm sure we'll get in trouble for it.
I just want to be happy.
No, you're being funny.
Just be real, man.
Okay, you know what? Well, we'll talk about it coming up with happiness. But
let's talk about it now.
say I would be willing to bet that's probably partially why some people enjoy reality TV.
Oh,
to see other people's downfalls and to feel better about themselves.
Think about it, man. When you are
You're like,
sitting there,
my life isn't that bad.
When you're sitting there and you're just depressed and you're just angry at life because things haven't turned out the way that you had planned. When somebody in your office starts talking about their struggles, you feel better.
Yeah.
I like to hear when other people are struggling, because when other people are just constantly happy, that can be
obnoxious.
Yeah, very obnoxious. I want to know that you are a real person.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you're just happy all the time, I'm sorry. But that's not real.
No,
it's not real. Not
get
everybody's
ready
just
for
happy
that.
all the time.
That downfall.
Right.
That failure.
Not everybody can be happy all the time.
Well, no, you're not going to be happy all the time.
Would you say there's there is a type of person out there, because I think I've met a couple people in my life that just always seem to turn any bad situation into, you know what? It is what it is. Just praise God for that, you know?
PMA, bro.
Right?
That positive mental attitude.
Be joyful always.
Yeah, and they can. I know people like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know people like that are more content than others, I would say. I wouldn't say happy, because they still get frustrated and they still have struggles and they still, you know? But I think they can put on a face at certain places.
Yeah.
Like church.
Yeah, church is the worst.
Like around people, you know?
Church is the worst.
For that kind of person.
Just be real.
But I also don't want to be around Eeyore. You know what I mean?
That's another good call, yeah. You don't
So
wanna be
it's
around
like
that
there's got to be that balance, because if you're always like, one, I don't want to hang out with you. I don't think anybody wants to hang out with you, because you're just going to bring the room down.
Yeah.
Because we got to get through that. You know what I mean? Like, no, not everything's going to be like rainbows and unicorns all the time, which would be weird if it always was rainbows and unicorns, because what is this? Rainbow Bright?
Mm-hmm.
My Little Pony? I don't want to live in that world.
So you're telling me that I have to find this balance.
Yeah.
Where I can only be happy at certain times.
No.
And can be...
I'd rather you be happy than like depressed guy.
Yeah.
All the time.
Right.
Because I think we're around each other more than just about anybody else. And I think our moods can affect each other. Because when you're like up, I'm like, yeah,
well,
yeah, we can do this. Ah! And I notice, like, if I'm down, I can drag the room down. I don't want to do that.
I feel that too.
I don't want to do that.
I feel that.
Somebody said you have to eat a troll to be happy. Everybody knows that.
Where do I get a troll? Under a bridge?
Daniel from Taylor Ranch says happiness is pizza.
That's your happiness? What's your what's the happiness in your life?
Somebody said DP2.
Okay. What is it, in your opinion, is the key to true happiness? You can chime in at 505-585-LIVE.
Yes.
Or you can call us at 338-3700.
Facebook, Brandy says, happiness is approaching a 3-day weekend with no softball or other commitments. I may spend an entire day lounging, pure joy. No, that must be nice.
Yeah, sometimes, man. You just got to do it.
I'm not looking forward to... Is it sad that I don't look forward to holidays because of our job?
Yeah?
Yeah, because, you know, we won't be here Monday, spoiler alert. But we gotta have a show.
Not going to be a show, guys.
Usually,
Sorry.
you know...
Not anymore.
Recording extra stuff and more work.
No.
And then
Not
during weekends like that, there's usually a baseball tournament. Case in point, this weekend.
Going back to Phoenix.
Yeah. Get to see my mom's, yo.
Good. Glad.
Hope she buys me lunch.
505-585-LIVE. Let's get a couple more from you guys on the key to the true happiness.
Winnie says happiness is laying on the beach.
Ooh.
Also, always happy when eating pizza.
Yeah.
Sarah says friends and family. Happiness is friends and family.
Yep. It's nothing better if you haven't seen your family in a while. Sitting down, having a nice dinner with the fam.
Oh, what else, guys? What else? I will say this last Friday, we had a pretty cool event happen here on campus, and I was pretty happy. Nate and I were playing cornhole, and we were like inviting all the volunteers from Calvary here and just hanging out and having a good time. So I think when you're around people that are in a good mood, that can be super infectious no matter what's going on in your brain.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of brings everything up. So pretty content on Friday.
Yeah.
Kicking it with good people.
That's good.
Hearing a good word, you know.
That's good.
So
All
what's
right.
the key to true happiness?
I have the key.
Apparently we're all
true
wrong,
happiness.
guys.
I have it right here, guys. I have the key to true happiness. Are you ready to unlock the key to true happiness?
Yeah. Hit me.
The key to true happiness. Well, you'll have to marry a prince if you would want the happiness in your life. You got to marry a prince. The royal wedding went down over the weekend. It was beautiful. We will recap everything
really it.
Coming up, the
Did
key to true
anybody
happiness.
watch? I didn't even watch.
I watched. I
No,
woke up
you
at
did
3
not.
a.m.
That's
and
not-
watched on Facebook Live. It was beautiful.
That's not real.
It was a fairy tale. A real-life fairy tale. All right. Scientists just found the key to happiness. And even though it's just one tiny, simple thing you could do to instantly improve your life, you're still going to think it's too much to ask.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. What is happiness according to science?
Researchers in Scotland found that the secret to true happiness is
I just want to be happy.
turning off your phone at 10 p.m.
That's the key to happiness.
Turning your phone off at
Wait,
10
why
p.m. That's it.
Okay.
Got to turn it off.
10 o'clock. I'm already in bed before then, man.
10 p.m.
So I do that every day, and I definitely would not say.
Well, then you need to turn your phone off at 8 p.m.
Okay.
8 p.m., okay? They said they found that when you use your phone later than that, it messes with your body's rhythms and your head.
And the rhythm is going to get you.
People who use their phones late at night and right before bed were much more likely to have all sorts of problems, including loneliness, depression, and sleep issues. Wow.
I will say that there is something to that. You got to unplug. I had a really good weekend, and most of it was spent unplugged.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was
Yeah,
like
you feel so good.
Phone
when you
had to
unplug.
be
You
away.
feel so good.
I still got
Detox.
the old watch. So it was like if there was an emergency or somebody like really needed me, like I'm
see,
sure it would come in there. But
yeah,
like,
but I don't know, man. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if you could say.
well,
you
I have it set to like
unplugged.
no, it's still unplugged because like I have it set to whatever mode. So it's like if it's an emergency, if there's a
Okay.
big.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
dude, I got work done, got family time in.
They said so by cutting yourself off at 10 p.m., it gives you time to wind down without all the chaos from social media, and it stops blasting you with the blue light from your phone that can confuse your body and keep you from falling asleep. This makes total sense.
Dude, we just got a great quote on the live line. Good job, Starmy, as we're talking about like turning our phones off being the key to happiness, according to science. Malcolm Muggeridge. Muggeridge.
That's
Malcolm
the greatest
Muggeridge.
name ever. Malcolm Muggeridge?
Not Muggle. Malcolm Muggeridge.
Muggeridge.
Malcolm.
Malcolm Muggeridge.
He was on a TV show called Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes.
Very famous TV show. Malcolm.
That's weird. We were just talking about that on Friday.
Yeah. He was a British journalist and satirist as a young man.
Oh, he really wasn't on Malcolm in the Middle.
No, he was not really on.
Okay.
Anyway.
What did Malcolm Muggeridge say?
Happiness. Where then does happiness lie? In forgetfulness, not indulgence of the self. In escape from sensual appetites, not in their satisfactions. We live in a dark, self-enclosed prison, which is all we see or know if our glance is fixed ever downwards. To lift it upwards, becoming aware of the wide, luminous universe outside.
Wait, what?
This alone is happiness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Getting like away from yourself.
Yeah.
Shutting that down. Focusing on other people.
A lot of people, if you're an outdoorsy person, just going out on hikes, or maybe you're a hunter, getting out there into the wild and hunting things, that right there is nothing better.
Dr. Brand said you can actually turn off the blue light on your iPhones after a certain point so it doesn't strain your eyes or anything, so that you never have to disconnect.
I wonder if watching TV is has the same effect. I would imagine it would.
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
No, you need to like fully unplug from that. I think
what happens if you just lay there in your bed? I hate that so much.
Read.
You just lay there.
You don't have to lay in if you're not tired. Cup of tea. There's so many things that can put you out, man.
Sleeping pills.
Bowl of ice cream.
Bowl of ice cream? Put you out?
I had some ice cream
It's
last
got
night.
sugar in it, man. I feel like that'd keep me up.
Bowl of cereal, they always say.
Bowl of cereal?
I'm serious.
That's sugar, man.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to find some stupid science thing that says it's
know.
okay. And I'll show you.
I don't know about a bowl of cereal.
Show
and ice
you!
cream. I mean, yeah, the key to true happiness, according to researchers in Scotland, is turning off your phone at 10 p.m. They said they found that people who use their phones later than that are more likely to have all sorts of problems: loneliness, depression, sleep issues. Think about our kids too, man. I think about even my kids for a long time. Even I'm sure even now, they're sitting there watching something while they're trying to go to sleep. Which we got to shut that thing off, man.
Oh, see, we make Jack's the only one with the phone. He has to plug it in downstairs before they can't even have those upstairs.
That's good.
All right, you ready for this? I got 15 science-backed ways to fall asleep faster. All right? Maybe you're not able to unplug. Maybe you just need, and you're still wired and you're going. Here we go. This according to the National Institute of Health. Insomnia affects almost half of United States adults. Try to force yourself to stay awake.
Yeah, no naps.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, no naps during the day. That's
Seriously, it may alleviate excessive sleep anxiety. A study conducted at the University of Glasgow found that sleep onset insomniacs who were instructed to lay in bed and try to stay awake with their eyes open fell asleep.
Huh. Wow.
This is a paradoxal intention something. Anyways.
So if you convince yourself that you have to try and stay awake.
Yeah, pretend like Freddy Krueger's in your dreams. Sorry, that was a terrible analogy. I apologize.
Wow.
No one's seen that movie. We're a Christian station. I will remind myself of such as I beat with lashes later for mentioning it. I apologize. Sorry. I apologize. No, I'm serious, man.
Okay.
1, 2. Okay.
Next.
Get up and do something for 10 minutes. If you're up and you can't get back to sleep within 15 minutes or so, get out of bed. Do an activity that requires your hands and your head, like a jigsaw puzzle, a coloring book.
Ooh,
read.
Coloring.
Yeah.
I like that.
You got to stay away from the TV and digital screens, though. The blue light is proven to suppress melatonin, a sleep-induced hormone. So the key is to avoid associating your bed with being awake. So if you're laying in bed for 20 minutes, nah, man. Your body's thinking, oh, well, I'm just going to stay awake right here. You got to get out of bed.
Okay.
Coloring book.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Okay. All right.
But don't go back to the TV. Shouldn't even have one in your room. Shouldn't even have one in your room. Number 3, hide your clock.
By the way, these are things to fall asleep faster.
Constantly checking the time only increases your stress levels, making it harder to turn down the dial on your nervous system and fall asleep. If you stare at the clock, it increases your stress and your worry about not being asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm the counter. I'll be laying there going, 5 hours of sleep at this point. 5. Got 5. I'll look over. 4 hours and 53 minutes. Oh, great. Did you know that your internal body temperature is integral to relegating your biological body clock?
Wow.
All that stupid fancy stuff to say, cool your room down. Can't sleep in a hot room, yo.
Yeah.
The secret is cool, dark, comfortable beds. Darkness cues the brain to make melatonin, which tells your interior clock that it's time to sleep. You know my favorite part about this is? People are trying to wake up right now to the morning invasion. We're telling you how to go back to sleep.
I know.
My bad. Take a warm shower before bed.
Yeah, but these are all great things we can do because I guarantee you 90% of our audience probably is so stinking tired.
Yep. It's Monday.
Because they were watching something on TV before they went to bed. They had their phones and they were surfing Netflix or Facebook.
I read, dude. That's my go-to. I have like 4 or 5 different books by my bed.
Yeah.
I have ones that are like, I know I want to finish this book, and then I have others that are like, these are boring. And I keep those by my bed. I'm not kidding. And I'm like, I'm going to try and get through this terrible book.
Wow.
3 pages. Out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I watch people play Fortnite on YouTube.
Ugh.
That's how I go to sleep. It's so fun to watch. But yeah, not good for my eyes.
Have you ever heard of the 4-7-8 method?
No.
Dr. Andrew Weil. He's a wellness blogger. He says that this technique he invented will help you fall asleep in under 1 minute. Do you want to try it?
Okay.
I want to see if you'll fall asleep.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. What do I got to do?
Okay. Number 1. I need sleep-inducing music. You have like sleep-inducing music?
You find something here.
My soothing voice.
Okay, here we go. Whoa, what?
Nope,
Okay.
that's not gonna.
All right.
I'll just go. Number 1. Place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth.
Okay.
Keep it there through the entire exercise.
Maybe you shouldn't do this.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Number 2. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound. Leave it.
Do I keep my tongue on?
Huh?
Do I keep my tongue?
Yeah, through the whole exercise. I just said that. Sorry. To be fair, I did have my tongue on the back of my teeth when I said that.
Yeah, 1 minute left.
No, I got it. Ooh, push it all out. Now close your mouth.
My gum.
Gross.
Part of my gum.
You just shot your gum on the board. Don't put it back in your mouth.
I can't believe I just put it back in my mouth.
God. Number 3. Okay, you got to exhale all of that breath. Okay, leave it exhale. Now close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose to a mental count of 4. No, dude.
Keep reading.
You're failing all of it. Now you got to hold your breath for a count of 7. Is your tongue still on the back of your teeth? Okay. Tell me when you're at 7.
Counting.
Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound for a count of 8. Oh my gosh,
a count of 8. How do you do that? A count of
Listen, 1
8?
second breath, guy. 8 count.
8 count of exhaling? That's impossible. And this is supposed to put me to sleep? I'm supposed to whoosh for 8 seconds?
Well, you're supposed to do that 3 more times.
Oh,
it's
that's
a total of 4.
This guy's an idiot. This guy is an idiot.
I mean, one of you guys is
Yeah,
an
exactly.
idiot.
He probably tells people to do this so we all look like idiots. He's like, oh, this is funny. People listen to me because I'm smart. Yeah, joke's on you.
Oh my gosh. Thankfully, we're trying to wake you guys up this morning, not go back to sleep, because that was terrible.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You
I think
failed.
maybe your instructions were terrible.
You failed.
We got to go to break. We're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Good morning, Winfred, Trisha, Stacy, hanging out on Facebook Live. See who's hanging out on YouTube. Jordan, what's up, man? Marissa, Michael, Patricia, Landon, Johnny. How you guys doing? Star 88 on Facebook and YouTube. Go watch the show.
Heck yeah.
All right, we got to take a quick break. We're going to tell you how to survive a cougar attack. Apparently, some mountain biker over the weekend got killed.
What?
2 people got attacked by
I don't want to hear
by
these
a
things,
cougar.
man.
Well, you know, it's good. We got cougars around here.
That is my real life, like, fear.
Yeah, right. They're all over, man.
Oh!
See, there's a cougar right out here in the skate park right now.
Ugh.
She's like 70. Who is that? Is that Martha? Is that Martha? What?
I'm Daniel, and it's time to get in the techno. Put your hands up if you know what incognito mode is on your browser. Now everyone just look around and take note of those with their hands up. Don't shake those hands. Google is planning to release an incognito mode for the YouTube app. There are some genuine uses for this. For example, that one time you looked up how to make enchiladas, and now every recommended video is about Mexican food. You could switch on incognito, watch the enchiladas, and switch it back off again, and the YouTube app would behave like it never happened. However, on the more concerning side of things is that one could use incognito mode to view inappropriate content in private. This is especially concerning for parents, as they won't be able to see what their kids are viewing in the YouTube app. It is worth noting that these results could already be accomplished by pausing the watch history and the search history. If nothing else, parents, this is a heads up to pay attention to parental controls, or maybe even dump the YouTube app and make your kids watch in the browser where you can block incognito mode. I'm Daniel. Now you're in the Techno on Star 88.
Tony Evans. This is a Star 88 Supernova.
Refusal to submit to the divine order is the basis of all sin. The basis of all sin, no matter what the sin is a refusal to submit to the divine order of things. And please do not miss it, the divine order is the only one God is interested in. He's not interested in anybody's order but his. Adam said, but the woman. But God said, but what did I say? God is only interested and will only work through his order. In fact, you don't have to turn there, but 2 Corinthians 2:9 says God will test us to see whether we will fall in line.
That was Pastor Tony Evans on a Star 88 Supernova. This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
It seems like you and me, we keep losing connection. Whenever you talk to me, it doesn't make any sense. Don't know what you meant, it's always over my head. Yeah, over my head. Yeah, it's so over my head, 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 over my head. Is it too late, too far gone to fix this? Over my head, over my head, over my head, over my head, over my head. You take the simplest thing and always complicate it. Talking in circles got me dizzy like a merry-go-round. It shouldn't be so hard to have a conversation. I'm sick of fighting with your ego, I wish you would admit. But I don't understand, it's always over my head. Yeah, over my head. Yeah, it's so over my head, 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 over my head. Is it too late, too far gone to fix this? Over my head, over my head, over my head, over my head, over my head. So tell me all the things that you are thinking. Tell me what it is that I am missing. Don't want this to slip out through our heads. Don't want this to go over my head, 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 over my head. Is it too late, too far gone to fix this? Over my head, 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 over my head. Is it too late, too far gone to fix this? Over my head, 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 over my
And we're back.
We are back! The Morning Invasion.
Come on, sleepyhead. Time to wake up.
Boring moments in sports. Last night, the Golden State Warriors beat the Houston Rockets by 41 points in Game 3 of the NBA Western Finals. A game so boring, at one point the Warriors coach benched all his players and let Steph Curry's overactive daughter Riley play with the ball. She kept it away from Houston for 2 minutes until James Harden finally knocked it away. Sadly, the ball rolled out of bounds and Riley got the ball back. Join us next time for Boring Moments in Sports.
Tonight, Celtics taking on the Cavs. That's been a good series right there.
Yeah, basketball. Give me a really fast-paced game like baseball any day of the week. Am I right?
No way, man. No way. Welcome to the show, everybody. Dex and Steve-O live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. How's your Monday? How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
So good.
Kevin, Brandy, what's up? Hanging out on Facebook Live. Search Star 88 on Facebook and YouTube, and you guys can watch the show. You can listen, whatever you're doing. You can go back. We upload the shows every day. You can also download the app, Star 88, to your smartphone and stream us live or get us on demand. iTunes, we're everywhere, guys. Thanks so much for making the show great. It's all about you guys. 505-585-LIVE if you'd like to text into the show. Don't forget you guys can call the live line as well and leave a voicemail. We'll check the live line, see if we got some voicemails coming up here in a little bit. About 8 o'clock, we're going to talk about the school that's forcing every student to smile while walking in the hallways.
This is weird.
They're forcing the students to smile. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe it's a good thing, though. Maybe if you are constantly smiling, maybe that does something to your psyche. Maybe it changes everything. I don't know. Can they force students to do that? I don't know. We're going to talk about it. Also, 3% of men take their wife's last name. 3%.
What?
Seems low, but probably still a little high. Right?
Yeah.
3% of men take their wife's last name. We'll discuss that. And the FDA approved the first opioid drug to treat withdrawal. Have you seen this?
Awesome. No,
right?
I'm not.
So if you're trying to kick heroin, you're trying to kick just alcohol, they've approved this non-opioid drug that takes away all the withdrawal. So you don't have any withdrawal. Think about how great that's going to be.
Yeah.
For people getting off of drugs. I would think that's probably that's the worst part, right? Why people sometimes don't want to quit. I know that's not everything, but I mean it's knowing that you're going to have to go through and you're going to suffer. Now you don't have to. It's pretty cool. We'll talk about that coming up. Anything on the live line? Anything on Facebook you want to?
Dude, you mentioned basketball, and I kid you not, instantaneously we had 3 different members of the Starmy chime in saying, let's talk hockey.
Hockey.
Somebody said, go Vegas Golden Knights. Somebody else said, let's talk the Golden Knights. We were watching history before our eyes. Somebody else said, talk hockey. Go Vegas Golden Knights.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm like,
Vegas Golden Knights.
Seriously? Okay. Yeah, it's their first year.
Right on, man.
New expansion team.
Who would know? A little town in Las Vegas has a
They
hockey
are
team.
crushing it right now.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Hockey?
Yes.
In the desert?
Yes.
Who does that?
Telling you, man.
Who
Changing the straight game. And then when the Raiders get there, Las Vegas.
Guys, I'm not a fan of hockey.
How dare you? She's a nice lady.
Well, I don't care. Don't care. All right, let's switch gears. A couple can't get their 30-year-old to move out.
Oh, gosh.
So now they're going to court. Oof. This sounds fun. There's a 30-year-old guy named Michael, lives in New York. He lives at home with his parents, Christina and Mark. They've been trying to get him out. He just won't leave. They started sending him formal eviction letters back in February and even offering him money to get out, but he won't go. So finally, they had to go to court.
Oh, my gosh.
But last month, the town court told them that they'd need a county Supreme Court justice to sign off on having their son removed from their house. So last week, they filed a petition with the the county Supreme Court to make that happen. No word from Michael on whether he's planning to fight the petition. Okay.
30 years old?
30 years old. That's their son. And they have to go to court to kick him out.
How is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I have a hard time with those laws where let's say your house is empty and you're trying to rent it out. Well, somebody can just move into the house and just stay there.
Kind of take over.
Yeah. And then you have to go to court to get him kicked out. You have to spend money to go to court to kick them out of your house. That's kind of weird, right? You should be able to just walk in and shoot them, right? Because it's your house.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, when people walk into your house, aren't you allowed to shoot them?
Yeah, but apparently, according to this law you're telling me about, right, because they've been there. Like, you may own the property, but, like, they
my property. You're on my
there?
property, man.
So weird. By the way, real quick, shout out to Sarah listening from Guatemala right now.
Oh, Guatemala.
Winnie wants to know why he doesn't want to leave home.
Why wouldn't he? He has everything there. Mom and Dad probably feed him. They probably, that's the thing. That's what you got to do. That's what the parents got to do. They have to shut everything off. They got to take his bed out. They take everything out. So he has nothing in the house. That still might make things worse. Then he's camped out on the couch.
This is happening in New York. He's 30 years old, and he doesn't want to move. I mean, real estate's very expensive in New York.
I've seen families like this, man, on Dr. Phil. And they are so just, these parents, they give everything to them.
Well, yeah,
They're entitled
it was like
brats.
they offered him money to move out, but he won't go.
He won't go.
What is happening?
It's the parents' fault. It all comes back to the parents. It's their fault that their kid is 30 years old now and now won't leave the house.
Still not self-sufficient.
Right? How do you get somebody out without going to court? Is there another way to get him out of the house without having to go to court?
I don't know.
505-585-LIVE. You can text into the show. I don't get it, man. I don't understand.
Maybe he just hasn't found that wife, bro.
That life or wife?
Wife.
Wife.
Because biblically, it's like for this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife. So, like, he can't find a wife, so he has no reason to leave.
Yeah.
He's just thinking biblically.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't get it. I couldn't imagine that. See, Kevin says change the locks. Winnie says, yep, parents' fault. I agree. Joshua says New Mexico has some crazy, silly laws. For example, it's illegal to dance around a sombrero. True law. Believe it or not. What?
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe
that. Yep.
Michael
gotta kick him out.
Michael on YouTube, sorry. Michael on YouTube said, it ain't me.
It ain't
Different
me?
Michael.
It ain't me.
Michael Rotondo.
Yeah, let me just paint a picture real quick, all right? Can I paint a picture real quick? Because I feel like this is how the parents should handle this situation. Let's say there's a 38-year-old grown adult living in your house. They've invited you in. They've given you a room, a bed, even some Comcast. I got TV. I got everything. I got a bathroom right now. I'm not necessarily talking about me, but I'm just saying. They cook dinner every night. Well, if they asked this 38-year-old person to leave, it's time to go. And I said, if that person said, no way, Jose, I would hope that family would then take me by the ear and kick me out and change the locks. and then slowly start putting all of my stuff out on the front lawn. I mean, not me.
Yeah.
But if there was a person that was in that situation.
There is a proverb, Proverbs 25:17. Because back in the day, we had a friend move to Albuquerque, Teo and his wife, Dawn, and they were doing the morning show, or he was doing the morning show with Dexter and I, and they lived with us for a time until they found their own place. And before we even moved in, Dawn came up and she was like, "Hey, we gotta set some ground rules." And I'm
Gotta
like,
have those ground rules, man.
Oh, the guest is setting ground rules. She was like, "Listen, Proverbs 25:17 always comes to mind." And I'm like, "Okay." And so Proverbs 25:17 says, "Let your foot be seldom in your neighbor's house, lest he have his fill of you and hate you."
Ooh.
Yeah. Another translation says, "Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house. Too much of you and they will hate you." I mean, it's pretty obvious, bruh. And so she was like, I don't want us to overstay our welcome and you guys have your fill of us. And I'm like, no, we want to help you. You're moving here, trying to find a place.
Right.
But it's true. Even the best of friends, you can grow weary from each other. Little things start nagging on you and changes the relationship.
I agree, man. I agree. You've convicted my heart. I'm going to call my landlord.
Hello?
Who's this? Good morning.
Who is this?
Oh, no. Did you just wake him up?
This is Bill Peterson.
Who is this?
This is your tenant.
Oh. Kill my landlord?
My bathroom is clogged.
Nope, that's
and
not.
I need you to come over.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing
and
right now.
unclog my toilet, please. I can't go to the bathroom.
I'm not surprised.
Can't go to the bathroom until that's fixed. If you could take care
It wouldn't
of
be
that
the
for me.
first time, would it?
Oh, really?
Wow.
Huh. All right, just joking. There's nothing wrong with the bathroom. So I just wanted to make sure we were talking about this 30-year-old who lives with his parents in New York, and they've been trying to kick him out, and he won't leave the house. So they took their son, who's 30 years old, to court to try to get him out of their house.
Didn't he get the paper?
Oh, is that Kay?
Is that case? You want to know if you got the papers?
Oh, did you guys serve? Oh, am I supposed to receiving those papers?
Gosh!
Well, yeah, I'm calling because, I just want to make sure that
you're not overstaying your
welcome. If I overstay my welcome, Kay grabs me by, and I'm sure there's no problem with this. I'm sure Kay is
by the
gonna,
neck.
She's gonna grab me by the neck, and she just kicks me out the front door, and then just starts throwing all of my things out on the front lawn.
Biblical question, Bill. Have you had your fill of Dex?
Yes.
Do you really want me to answer?
Yes,
that?
I do.
I mean, Proverbs says, "Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house." Too much of you, and they will hate you. Like if lest you have your fill of him, yeah.
I'll be honest, man. I'm serious.
I mean,
I'm honest and I'm serious. And the one thing you got going for you, Dex, is squatters' laws.
Oh my gosh.
Squatter laws. That's what we're talking about. I mean, that is kind of the coolest law when you're in a situation like me, but it's a terrible law if you're a homeowner.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. You're going to have to take me to court if you want to kick me out. If I don't leave, you have to take me to court. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So what are you implying?
I'm not implying
I need to
anything.
contact an attorney?
No.
Gosh.
I'm not saying that. Are you asking me to leave?
No, this got really weird.
Do you want me to leave? Because I'll leave. I'll pack up, man.
You brought up the subject.
I was
brought
just-
up the
hey,
subject.
I'm
Wasn't
just
gonna say
trying to be
anything. I was
biblical,
just
man.
gonna,
Took a turn. Trying to be biblical.
Continue to pick up your underwear. Continue to all the slob things that you leave laying all over the house.
All over the house.
I mean, there's just some.
There you go.
Pretty
because
sure
we are immaculate.
Members of the Sarmy are chiming in right now with ideas on how to kick Dex. I mean, this son out of the house.
This 30-year-old.
Somebody said just start renting the room out to a very large man who enjoys cuddling.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Parents should just start walking around in the birthday suits because nobody wants to see that, and maybe that'll get the
I
kid
already
to
do
leave.
that.
So, somebody else said, "Got a bum kid who won't move out? Call Scotty's kid cleanup. Let him be the one to remove him.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I wanted to run something by you real quick. I have an idea. Okay?
Uh-oh.
I was thinking about pitching a tent in the backyard and then renting your room out so I could make a little extra cash on the side. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
All right.
Maybe you could cut the grass once in a while.
All right. But I'm being serious. This isn't just for radio. I'm being serious. When you guys are ready, please, you better just kick me out. I would never do that to you guys. You better be honest with me and tell me to get out of your house when you're ready.
So weird.
Just say
We're way past that, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Yeah. There it is.
All right.
Love you, Bill.
Love you guys.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Petersons, they're my adopted family.
They really are. Somebody said I know like 4 people over the age of 27 that live with their parents, like straight up mooching.
Yeah.
When he said my parents would be happy if I never left home and stayed forever. That's my mom. She would have wanted me to stay forever.
Yeah.
But thankfully at like 18, it was like, I'm out. Never going back.
Yeah.
Kevin said I was kicked out of my home by my father when he was overseas. And my mom before I was 21 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. Said best thing they ever did for me.
It is, right? You got to kick them out so they can do life.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like jumping in the pool, man. You just got to jump in and learn to swim.
What's weird to me is we live in a culture right now where if you're just joining us, a couple can't get their 30-year-old son to move out of their house. So it's going to court. Like a county Supreme Court justice has to sign off on having their son removed from their house.
That's insane. That's insane. You know, obviously the parents are probably scared of their kid. That's probably why they haven't physically tried to remove him from the house.
This is all parental fault.
Yeah, but why wouldn't? Yeah, it is all parental fault.
Because seriously, I'm thinking like in my brain, my son is 14 years old, and I'm going, man, I only have like 4 more years, and we keep talking about that, dude. We only have like 4 more years, and then you're off to college, and I mean that life, and that's it, man. Like this is it. Yeah. These are our last years together. And then I'm like, unless he stays for 16 more, that would never happen.
Yeah. Well, these parents, again, I've seen the situation quite a few times on TV because I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
And usually it's usually the mom that says, "What if I kick him out? He'll be on the streets and he'll die.
What's he gonna do?
He'll die." Oh my gosh! No, he's not going to die. But this 30-year-old man that you've raised, who's basically a child, he probably doesn't even know how to live. That's the scary part about it. He's 30 years old, and he probably would almost die if you kicked him out.
Well, so that's the question. How much of this is on the parents, and how much of this is on the kid? Right?
90-10. 90% on the parents, 10% on the kid, because they enabled this kid to do this. They should have kicked him out years ago. They should have, or at least set some ground rules.
Right?
You know, hey, you're in charge of paying these bills. If you can't pay them, then you're out. Yeah.
So essentially, Proverbs 22:6 comes into play. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So they trained him up in the ways of mooching.
Pretty much.
And when he is old, he is not departing from their household.
Pretty much. Yep.
Ever.
Yep.
Dude, I don't think parents realize the great responsibility we have to train up our children, right?
Yeah.
Because far too often we just coddle them and don't allow them to make mistakes. We don't ever want to see them fail. We want to fix everything right away. And that's doing way more harm than good.
Yep.
Way more.
Way more.
When he says living on your own helps you become independent. I left home at 20, went to Greece, traveling. The hardest thing I ever had to do. No parents, no full fridge, had to fend for myself.
Yep. Did the same thing when I was 18.
Dude, parents have a responsibility to teach their children to be independent and to be able to fend for themselves.
Yeah, I remember, I think I was 20 or 21 years old at the time, and I had $500 in my pocket and packed up my car and took off to California.
Man.
I remember my mom, she was crying. I'll never forget, just driving out of my parents' driveway with $500 in my pocket, not knowing what the future held, and my mom was bawling her, "Please don't go." But I'm like, "I'm out, Mom. I'm out of here.
See, and you never know the situation. Somebody else chimed in and said, my brothers, who are 39 and 40 years old, live with my dad. It's his house, but he mooches off them and actually got mad at one of the brothers when he tried to move out.
Wow.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Yep. Never know.
Yeah, I guess it could be that situation too.
Yeah, somebody said at 30 he's not a kid anymore, and somebody else said, dude, at 21 you're not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's way overdue.
Yeah.
This milk has spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
He needs out.
Right.
You know what? We should just call these parents and say we will help them move this kid out.
Well, he would probably get in a lot of trouble if we did that.
Why?
Which is why they set up the law where you have to take him to court. I mean, if it was as easy as physically removing him, then he could come back and sue the parents or sue whoever for that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me.
Somebody said, hey, I'm a 34-year-old single woman who has no kids, and yeah, I'm living at my parents' house, but I'm paying them rent. I rent a room from them. Cool. That feels different than this situation where
Right.
they're asking their kid to leave. They even offered him money to leave,
Yep.
and he will not leave, so they have to take him to court.
Well, it's scary, man. It's a scary world out there. Why would he want to leave his parents' house when he has everything?
Yeah.
It's scary.
Felicia says, I left home at 22, moved back at 24. I promised my mom my first paycheck after I graduated college, I would move out. And I kept my word. But the whole time I was home, it was a lot like living on my own. I helped pay expenses and such.
That's good.
Yeah.
You guys can chime in. We're on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at Star88. You can also text in at 505-585-LIVE. And we haven't heard from anybody yet on the phone lines. Come on, people. 505-338-3700. Give us a call when we come back. You guys can chime in. All right, what do we got? We're going to give you some advice on how to survive a cougar attack. And coming up a little after 8 o'clock, we're going to talk about the school that's forcing their students to smile while they're walking in the hallways.
Yeah.
We're live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Star 88 thanks Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans for becoming a power partner. Jake Canales at Doorway Home Loans provides VA, FHA, USDA, and conventional home loans for purchase and refinance mortgages. Jake Canales, Doorway Home Loans, 505-261-5138. Doorway.com/Jake-Canales. Philippians 4:13. NMLS number 310617. Doorway Home Loans, a DBA of International City Mortgage Incorporated. NMLS number 222730.
If you're trapped in a cycle of sin, confess, chances are you have a spiritual stronghold in your life, and God wants to help you get free. This week on Walk in the Word, James McDonald shares the biblical truth necessary to break down our sinful patterns and find freedom through the power of God's Word. Listen Monday through Friday to Walk in the Word.
Make an appointment with James McDonald, weekdays at 12:30 p.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. Jensen Franklin said, "You've probably heard the old saying, you can't stop a bird from flying over your head, but you don't have to let it nest in your hair. You can't always control what appears before your eyes, but you can control how long you look. You can't control every thought that comes into your mind, but you can control how long you dwell on that thought." That's a solar flare from Jensen Franklin on Star 88.
You in your strut. Nostalgic dreams can mess you up. A bitter cold sense of warmth, vague familiar ghosts. Flying circles round your head, bringing back your hope but from the dead. I tend to forget, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wish I could say, knew I was wrong. I've been gone for way too long. Memories memories trapped in VCRs that tasted like the words you write are brief escapes. Somehow got lost somewhere I did. Such innocence when we were kids. I tend to forget, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wish I could say, knew I was wrong. I've been gone for way too long. I've been gone for way too long. Way to myself, a prodigal song. I've been gone for way too long. I've been gone for way too long. High and low, I imagine inside of my soul, hidden in a basement, hangs around. A still painted picture. Wish I could say, knew I was wrong. I've been gone for way too long. I've been gone for way too long. Way to myself, a prodigal song. I've been gone for way too long. I've been gone for way too long, yeah.
Philip DeCourcy warns us of the dangers of doing it alone.
We'll wag the finger at a culture gone wrong, gone wild, but we'll never point the finger at ourselves. We'll never take ourselves to task on these respectable sins. We'll bemoan the secularizing of society, but we will not worry about practical atheism in the church, which is the sin of worry. Because that's what worry is. It's practical atheism. It's acting like you don't have a heavenly Father. It's acting like God is not faithful, kind, and committed to looking after his people. Let's be honest, we have a selective disgust when it comes to sin, don't we? This may be putting it kind of starkly, but I want to make the point. You know, we've got one reaction if somebody tells us they're addicted to pornography, and we have another reaction when they tell us they're a chronic warrior. But Jesus said you're not to worry.
That's your PowerPoint on Star 88.
What's going on in the news today?
Britain's royal family tweeted a thank you note to all those who went to Windsor or watched on television the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
President Trump on Twitter saying he will demand the Justice Department look into whether the DOJ or FBI infiltrated or surveilled his campaign for political purposes.
Beijing says it will significantly increase its purchases of American goods and services.
A study by Blue Cross Blue Shield finds that the overall number of Americans being diagnosed with severe depression has jumped a staggering 33% in recent years.
A Gaston County, North Carolina sheriff's deputy was one of 2 people killed when a car plowed into a restaurant in Bessemer City.
Deadpool 2 takes the top box office spot, grossing an estimated $125 million.
Kiss me like you miss me, Red.
Security forces in Myanmar are continuing to force Rohingya Muslims out of the country.
Justified pounded his way to a victory that looked like something out of a movie in the Preakness.
A Powerball ticket purchased in New Jersey hitting all the right numbers.
Officials in Texas have now released the names of all of the victims of Friday's school shooting in Santa Fe.
Former President George H.W. Bush arriving in Maine for an extended summer stay. The 93-year-old was hospitalized for an infection the day after former First Lady Barbara Bush's funeral last month.
Hey, what's going on? What's happening, Starmy? Welcome to the show. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. You guys can be a part of the show. You can chime in at 505-585-LIVE. Shoot us a text, or you can call the number as well and leave a voicemail. Phone lines are also open. We haven't heard from anybody yet this morning on the phone lines. 505-338-3700. Chime in. be a part of the show. We're also on Facebook and YouTube Live, where you can watch. You can chime in at Star 88. We talked about the key to true happiness this morning. Just talked about this family, these beautiful parents who probably are retired and just want to just enjoy their life, but they can't get rid of this 30-year-old who's been living in their house. Their son is 30 and he won't leave his house. It's crazy. So they had to take him to court just to kick him out. Welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, hey, I just want to... Last week was pretty cool because Sam Swan and Genchi were all talking about their birthdays being today. Well, today's mine, too.
Oh,
nice.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
What, 22,
Yeah.
23?
I wish. I hit the big 4-1.
Ooh, the big 4-1.
Yeah.
Man.
I thought it was quite a blessing to be born in 1977, to be a kid in the 80s and enjoy all the cool things of the 80s,
right?
And then to be a teenager in the 90s. It was really neat, and I didn't realize that until you guys start talking about it sometimes. Like, it makes it pretty cool. I'm like, you know what? There was a lot of cool things that happened then.
It really was, man. It was a really cool time to be alive.
What's the first thing you think about from childhood right now? Boom, go.
Cartoons, man. Cartoons.
Yeah,
Cool
Saturday
cartoons.
morning.
Bugs Bunny, Saturday morning cartoons.
Not
all
a
the
care
good
in the
stuff.
world, man. You're just cuddled up on the couch with your blanket and your pillow, and you're just watching those cartoons.
Okay.
Just so comfortable.
Yep.
Get a little
Exactly.
space heater.
Hey, and I want to thank you guys, too. I listen to you guys all the time, and I kind of relate to Dex being like, you always say you're an introvert. I'm quite the introvert myself, so I don't have a lot of friends. I really don't. The only friends I have are like my family, and I don't even really stay in contact with them. But when I listen to you guys in the morning, you guys make it feel like I'm a part of the show, and it makes it feel like that's what it would be like to have really cool Christian friends just hanging out. And I really
cool, man.
appreciate you guys. I just want to say God bless you guys.
Thank you.
God bless you.
for
Dude,
what you
happy
do.
birthday,
Awesome.
man.
That means so much.
Happy birthday. I hope it's amazing for you today.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you, man.
Grown up.
Coming up tomorrow, speaking of introverted people out there, we got an email coming up tomorrow. Somebody wrote into the show because they feel like they're a little weird, and it has to do with being very introverted.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people in the audience that struggle with that, including me. So we're going to tackle that tomorrow. If you guys ever need any advice, please, the phone lines are always open for you guys to call in, 505-338-3700, or you can email studio@star88.fm. You can hit us up through Facebook or Instagram. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm excited to talk about that because I think people would look at me and just assume I'm like super extrovert, constantly center of attention guy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't always like this. I didn't always have, I don't know what to say, the confidence that I have now. I really didn't. I really struggled with my self-esteem, like how I felt about myself, and I was super, not to say that everybody who's introverted struggles with that, but God had to do like a big thing in my heart and my brain and to kind of change that around. And I'm still, I would say, like an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert. I don't know how to say that correctly, because there are definite times where I just want to walk away and be alone.
Yeah.
You know, just need that refresher, need that. Yeah.
Yep. 505-338-3700. Thank you so much for calling in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Oh, you know, I'm feeling pretty good for a Monday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, some of us have to work.
Is this Shelly?
It is?
Good
Oh,
morning.
you are so on it. Oh, my God.
I know that voice. I know that voice.
Wow. I'm seriously impressed. Oh, my gosh. Well, I'm not an introvert, but I live alone, and I'm a hermit.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't go anywhere. I mean, I go for days without speaking to anyone.
Oh, my gosh, Shelly, that's not
That
healthy.
doesn't sound healthy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not healthy.
Yeah, but my dogs are here. I'm okay. And actually, people annoy me.
Well, yeah, I know. I get it.
Thank you.
I get it,
Thank
Shelley.
you.
I totally get
Yeah.
it, but
Yep.
still, it's not healthy.
No.
No, it's okay. I'm okay.
No,
but
it's
I
not okay.
actually target introverts. When I go to Walmart, like one of the guys that was really shy is recently shipped out into the Navy, but there's another guy that has long hair, and he'll like do his checking, and he'll have the hair hanging over his eyes, and I'm like, "Hi, Ryan, how are you today?"
Yeah, right?
You know, just drag him out, kicking and screaming. You know,
you gotta do, yeah.
You gotta acknowledge the customer.
Yeah.
So no, I don't mind being a hermit.
Now, here's the question, though, because back in the day when you would chime in during, like, say, Shock Therapy Live and stuff, it was like the need to get to church and have that fellowship. Do you have people in your life that can, like, help you and keep you accountable and like, just roll through life with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Good.
I still haven't made it out of the house. No.
Okay. Well, here's the deal, Shelley. You know about our connection groups, and any church, most churches now have small groups.
Mm-hmm.
These groups, because sometimes churches can be so large,
Yeah.
they and it's
Overwhelming.
hard to connect with people. So
Yeah.
they put together these small groups where they pick out a place in your neighborhood, somewhere close to you, where other people are meeting at someone's house, and they're just doing life together.
Yep.
Just forming these relationships, these friendships, and they're going over the Word of God, and it's powerful, man. It's amazing. That you got to do it. You got to try to get into something.
I live down here in Blen where we have Calvary Harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's in the old Walmart, so it's a good sized church, and I've always been drawn to it.
Right. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you starting a group at your house and telling the church, "Hey, I would like to host a small group, a connection group, or whatever they call it, at my house, and invite people to come over and do it there." I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, whatever you feel comfortable.
Dude, and I'll tell you right now, down there, Pastor Ray Jaramillo, that dude is the jam. I love that man so much. So
is he good?
He's a really, like, not just a great pastor, but he's a really good man. So I'm telling you.
Okay,
Those are good people
I mean,
down there.
literally, I mean, I've actually gone and interviewed pastors, like, what gives you the right to stand up in front of, a congregation and speak, and what is your, where did you learn?
Wow,
and,
call him out,
and one of my
Shelley.
favorite things that a pastor can ever say to me is, the Bible is the handbook for living, and I can stand up here and I can give my interpretation, but you still have to do your own study.
Shelley,
I don't like
yo.
a pastor who will tell you you have to do this, you have to do that. I mean, I was raised in Mormonism.
So here's my challenge to you. Here's my challenge to you, because we know that Scripture is God breathed and that every single word of that is from the Lord. So regardless of who is delivering it, you still need to dig into God's word. Like, you still need to allow that to, like, mold you and transform you. And I don't know, don't you just stay at home being a hermit.
No, don't be a hermit.
That's how you get weird, Luke Skywalker.
I really don't mind it.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't
neither
matter.
did Luke Skywalker.
The more I'm around
Doesn't matter.
people, I don't.
Shelley.
Humans are not
Shelley.
Oh, now you just overgeneralized everyone, because I'm a human and I'm nice.
I get it, Shelley. I get it, but it still doesn't make it okay.
Company accepted.
Okay.
You need to get out. You need to experience, other people. You need to form new relationships, and I mean, you're not going to grow, and you're not going to be that person that God created you to be if you're just going to be if you're stuck in your house all day.
Like you're hoarding that talent that God gave you. You're just like chilling in your house.
If I'm a lump.
You're a very pleasant,
just like you buried it.
beautiful person, Shelley, and you have a lot to offer people.
For
and you
real.
need to get out of the house and share that.
I believe in you.
Share that with people. People
You
need
guys are so wise.
I'm serious. There's
People
only one
need
you. You're unique.
Get
God
out there.
God has created you for a purpose.
Heck yeah, man.
Don't just share it with your dogs, yo. You got to
We
get out
love
of
you.
that house.
We love you. That's why we're telling you. We're calling you
Yeah,
out.
but they're always nice to me though.
No, that's because they're animals and stupid.
Yeah,
Come on,
they
let's
can't
be
talk
real.
back. That's why, Shelly.
That's why they can't challenge
Take care,
you.
guys. Have a good day.
All right, you
Bye,
too.
Shelly. She's done with us. She's like, I'm out.
I'm out. I'm out.
I hate people.
Go
She's
get
like,
under
I hate
my
these guys.
weather blanket. It's made out of tinfoil.
Seriously, though, guys, maybe you're in that same situation as Shelly. Get out of the house. I struggle with it too, man. It's hard. It's easy to go home and just, crawl into bed and go to sleep or get sucked into binge watching a Netflix show, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We all have our things, and we miss out on incredible opportunities that God has for us because we're not just getting out and going for a walk or going to a small group or just going to the grocery store. Let God work. That's how he
Shelly
does
said
it.
something interesting in there that she loved. Like when Pastor said that it was the handbook for life, right? Somebody said, follow the handbook for life because Scripture does say not to forsake the assembly of the saints. That's found in Hebrews 10, verse 25. Not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together.
It's good.
Because it's important.
It's important.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, if I get super introverted, I could go get caught up in being away from people. Your brain is stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Our hearts are wicked, and we can convince ourselves of some crazy things.
Yeah.
So when you're around other people who can challenge you and remind you and, man, encourage you and refresh you, I'm telling you,
man.
so vital.
Love that the phone lines are blowing up right now. Phone lines are open. 505-338-3700. Good morning.
Good morning, my bros. How we doing?
What's up, Rob? How are you?
Yes.
I'm doing all right. Just kind of open up a little bit. Got a lot going on. It's nothing really negative, but I'm just really trying to rejoice in today. And, it's the Lord's Day and stuff. And it's going to be a really crazy summer. So, some really exciting life change, So I'm just trying not to get too, quote, unquote, fleshy about it. So if you guys could just keep me lifted up in prayer, I just need I just need to be covered in prayer, man. I kind of overthink a lot of things and kind of worry about some things, So just really trying to live in the spirit with some things, But other than that, man, things are great. And I know Dex is introverted. He's so introverted he won't even answer text messages.
I know.
He does
so bad sometimes.
Even with me. Even with me.
So bad.
No. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hey, I just wanted to check in with you guys and just ask you guys to just keep me lifted up in prayer. I'm they're all good things, but I just kind of worry a little bit,
Yep.
So,
I hear you, man.
But anyway, hey, thank you guys so much for all you do, man. Love you guys.
Love you too, bro. See you, Rob. It's good, man. Please, phone lines are open. If anything, you guys just call in, do what Rob did. Hey, just need prayer. We got a whole army of people out there that will pray for you. You guys can hit us up on Facebook Live or YouTube. Let us know, man. Let us know. All right. Let's talk about survival.
Oh. Maybe this is why Shelly doesn't leave her house. It's got to be why.
Because she'll become a tasty treat?
No, man. A morsel to the least favorite animal in existence.
What are you talking about, man?
I'm not even kidding. We went to the
What
zoo.
are you talking about?
And I was looking at...
What was that?
I hate mountain lions so much.
What is that noise?
Oh, I hate them so much, guys.
Go for a nice hike. What's that noise? Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is a cougar.
Yeah.
A lion.
Des Mountains.
That's right. We have lions here in our beautiful city of Albuquerque, New Mexico. They're all over the Pacific Northwest.
The Pacific... Wait, hold on.
Yes.
We have them all over here?
Yeah.
In the Pacific Northwest?
It sounded cool when I said it.
We
it sounded
are
great.
very much not
It sounded
Pacific Northwest.
like I knew what I was talking about. We have them everywhere, all over the Pacific Northwest. Guys, I grew up in Montana. I'm basically a survival guide.
Yeah.
I'm basically a mountain man. I've survived in Montana for 21 years. Lived up in a cabin for many of those years. I was raised basically by wolves and grizzly bears and bald eagles. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And my parents used to teach me what to do in these situations when you would come across a mountain lion, a grizzly bear, a black bear, a wolf, whatever it is. Any wild animal. You run like crazy, man. You just run. That's That's all you do. You run.
Actually, somebody chimed in immediately and said you never turn your back on a mountain lion because they'll get you from behind.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Actually,
Ever.
don't listen to me. You don't run in every situation. Sometimes you just got to get out of there, but it depends, really.
Run backwards.
Run backwards.
Thebe says he always avoids cougars by telling them he's happily married.
Oh, well, it's not that type of cougar we're talking
Oh,
about.
okay. Okay.
I mean, that's good advice if we were
It is
talking
good
about
advice.
the other one. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a crazy story. Here's your headline. Cougar kills mountain biker in Washington State, injures companion. Cougar attacked 2 mountain bikers in Washington, killing one, seriously injuring the other man. The biker who was killed fled into the woods to get away from the cougar after the initial attack, and the animal chased him down. The cougar was found standing over the man's body. A 100-pound male cougar, 3 or 4 years old, was tracked down with the help of 2 dogs and killed by wildlife officials. It was 50 feet up in a tree and 50 to 200 yards from where the man's body had been found. The cougar attack occurred on an isolated mountain near North Bend, about 30 miles east of Seattle. This guy that survived, he was airlifted out of there with some pretty serious injuries. He was attacked first, then jumped on his bike to get to an area where he could get cell phone service to call for help. The cougar jumped the first victim, attacked him. The second victim turned and started to run away. The cougar saw that, went after the second victim. The first victim saw his friend being pulled by the cougar. Oh, my gosh. I can't even imagine. He got on his bike and started to bike away. He got about 2 miles before he could make a call. Took him 30 minutes to locate the second victim, who was already dead at that time. And the cougar was standing on top of him.
Nope.
Yeah, we have cougars here in Albuquerque. Last time I took the tram up, last 2 times I took the tram up, I saw a mountain lion, just walking around.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I was always taught is that you want to make a lot of noise. If you come up on a mountain lion, you want to make yourself as big as possible, and you want to make a lot of noise. And yeah, you don't want to turn your back because that's when they come at you.
Right.
So you want to stare them down. And that seems, when you think about that, you see a 100-pound cat that wants to eat you alive, and you're supposed to stare that thing down.
Especially in this temperature, this time of year, mountain lion attacks and encounters are not only a possibility. I mean, this is one of the most dangerous seasons of the year. We live in the beautiful state of New Mexico, and there's so many places to hike, so many places to be out. Mountain lion rare. There's only about 6 per year in North America. Fatalities are even rarer, with an average of 1 per year. However, as we are talking about this, California has the most recorded attacks in the United States.
Wow.
Yeah. The best defense against mountain lions is a really solid, proactive offense, as Dexter is saying. This according to the animal, what is it? It's the National Mountain Lion Foundation.
Yeah. Well, and that's good advice for most animals.
Yeah.
If you can stand your ground and make eye contact with that animal, whether it's a dog, a mountain lion, a bear, that to them is like, oh, wow, this could be a threat to the animal.
They say be careful when you crouch, sit, or kneel. You need to know your surroundings because they see that as an opening for attack. They do not recognize standing humans as prey, so it's a good idea to stand tall.
My parents always told me to carry a stick or sticks, and if you come up on a mountain lion, you hold the stick in the air and wave it around.
Yeah,
because they look at it like that's how tall you are. That's how big this whatever they think you are.
Another big thing to be cautious of if you happen to come across a dead animal in the brush, maybe a coyote, something else that's dead, do not investigate it. Leave the area because that could be like a stash of food that the mountain lion has, and they are willing to protect that at all costs.
Yeah.
So, So if you do encounter a mountain lion, National Park Services suggests you remain calm, hold your ground, back away slowly, never turn your back on it or try to run since it may stimulate the cat's instinct to chase.
Yep.
Give it a chance to escape since it's likely just as afraid of you as you are of it. So
That's why making a lot of noise is a good idea, because then
yeah, that's what they say.
think you're
If
a
it does
threat.
start to approach you, that's what you do. You make yourself appear larger. You raise your arms. You open your jacket. If you're wearing one, you wave them while screaming in a loud voice.
No, this is what you have to say to the cat. You have to be very specific. You say, "Cat,
No.
cat."
No. They say
Stop
throw,
it, cat.
throw stones, branches nearby,
Stop
anything
it.
else you can find in its direction, not
Stop
directly
it.
at it because you don't want to hurt it or anger it.
Stop it, cat.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
Do whatever you can to show that you're not prey. Dude, we watched a video of a family last week in an African safari that
gosh.
saw like
Cheetahs.
a bunch of cheetahs just kicking it, and they're like, "Hey, you know what's a really good idea? Let's get out of the car and take a selfie."
Yeah, with our children. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, man. But the mom, when they all of a sudden these cheetahs start like coming after them, she did not turn her back. She started
Right.
kicking at it, and screaming
well,
at
as soon
it.
as she like turned to them, that's when the cat stopped.
Yeah. And then she turned her back to start running to the car, and it gave chase.
Yep.
And then she turned around and screamed at it. It stopped. And it
Right.
was like, oh my gosh, why are we watching this? Oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. And they made it.
They made it.
Very stupid, but they made it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Phone lines were open. You know, hopefully we can save lives out there. Save lives.
Yeah, for real.
Tell your children, pass it on, guys, on how to survive a cougar attack, a bear attack. You know, you just got to have that courage, man. Got to have that courage.
Oh, snap.
I think the only animal that was different, well, what my parents explained to me was when you come up on a grizzly bear, the advice was different than the advice they gave you for a mountain lion or a black bear. You just lay down and play dead because you're not going to outrun a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
They're so fast. For as giant as they are, they're so fast. They're chasing down elk. Chasing them down. You won't outrun a grizzly bear. So you play dead, and then you pray that they're not hungry and they just want to leave you for later, a little snack for later.
Dude, remember the Stormy chimed in and said, last year I was hiking in Santa Fe. Coming around the bend of the trail, there was a cougar sitting on a rock. I stopped and started to back away, but it jumped off the rock and started jogging towards me.
Oh, my gosh.
I watched plenty of Animal Planet, so I knew exactly what to do. I threw my hands up in the air.
Yeah, and acted like
I
you
started
didn't care.
kicking up dirt with my feet and yelled, "I am happily married!" She got the hint, said sorry, drove away in her drop-top Camaro. Whew, Stormy, I'm so glad you're okay.
It was a close one, man. It was a close call.
Oh, man. By the way, most people say carry bear spray, a.k.a. Glock 20. Said, carry a gun.
Stop it,
Best line of
bear.
defense for mountain lions. Firearm. If you're going to be out in the woods like that, you definitely should bring protection.
You should.
Yeah.
You definitely should. Stop it, bear. Bear, stop it. All right, 505-585 Live. You can text into the show. Also, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. You can chime in. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about this school that's forcing every student to smile while they're walking down the hallways.
My response might be different than you're thinking.
Okay. All right. We'll want you to chime in when we come back from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
I'm Heidi, and here's what's happening. Starting May 27th, Copper Point Church in Albuquerque is moving their weekend services to Sunday at 9:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 5 p.m. And they're adding something new called Summer Nights. It's a time to hang out with your family and friends with food, entertainment, and so much more. Don't miss Summer Nights at Copper Point starting May 27th. The men's ministry at First Baptist Artesia is hosting a free family fun fishing rodeo at Brantley Lake on June 2nd from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. Bait will be provided and a free hot dog lunch. Summer is almost here. Can you believe it? If you know about a VBS happening at your church, let us know. We'll talk about it on the air and feature it on our website. All you have to do is fill out the form online at star88.fm. For more information about events happening in your community and so much more, visit star88.fm. For what's happening, I'm Heidi, and this is Star 88.
Ever feel stuck in a rut? No matter how hard you try, nothing seems to change. Well, James McDonald wants you to break the cycle of defeat, so listen up.
Others will do to you as you have done to others. You can bank on that. What the Bible calls that is, whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. However you want to say it, generations and civilizations have observed the unalterable principle that God himself installed in human behavior, and it's this: strongholds show up in our lives as we begin to reap what we have sown.
Nothing restores your soul quite like listening to God's still small voice. To discover how to hear him speak through his word, check out the helpful resources at jamesmcdonald.com. Listen Up is a production of Walk in the Word.
This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, New Mexico's fresh alternative. Star 88.
Time beside the cold, I find you in trouble, and to be the one I love the most. We've wasted time, we've said alright. We'll find a cure if we can hold on. Holding on is the hardest part. When your body collide beneath the dirt, blame, it's always on the inside. It's in my heart, stuck in my head. It's a feel in my heart, maybe my love slipped away. In the deepest part, I'm finding grace. You don't have to find another one.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Telling you guys, you want a good time? Just YouTube grizzly bear attacks. It's fun, man. It's fun. Just watching that video that happened a few years ago. Montana hunter. He was out hiking and he came upon a grizzly and some cubs, and he got mauled. And he's got his ear is.
I don't want to talk
falling
about
off
any of this
his
anymore. I
head.
don't want to talk about any of this
He's
anymore.
got claw marks.
Dex is watching terrible videos. Mom, Dex made me watch R-rated videos.
Yeah,
Bears
Montana hunter
attacking
survives
animals.
double grizzly attack. This guy.
I don't want to watch any of this. Mom, tell him I don't want to watch it anymore.
The fact that this guy survived that shows.
I look
the
up and
breed
you're
of
watching
person that
Nat
is.
Geo, and I'm like, no, moose, run, moose. Oh, no,
Yeah.
moose.
Hey, man.
Oh, moose.
Hey, that's how
Oh.
it works, man. That's real life right there.
I don't like any of this, guys. Don't like
living
any of
your,
this.
living your little bubble over there, man.
Okay.
You know?
Just because I know
Telling
it
you.
happens in the wild doesn't mean I want to watch it.
Telling you.
I love Disney movies, and they make all animals seem like they're real humans, you know, and they all talk and they do things. And
Yeah. Well,
circle of life, man.
welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I a couple years ago took a tour, behind the scenes tour at the zoo here.
Yeah.
Of the cats area. So, Steve-O would have loved it.
Oh.
So you get to see the cats all up and close and personal and
In their natural habitat.
Nope.
yeah, well, yeah, the natural caged habitat.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
But they have an old cougar there, and he thought he was all cool. You stand there looking through the fence at him, and he's off in the corner just not moving, pretending to be all asleep. She says, watch this. We turn around, turn our back to him, look away. About that long, we turned around, and he was right there at the fence.
No
just staring at
way.
us like, food.
Oh, my gosh.
They're such backstabbers, man.
We were talking off air because, last week we had James Mead on the show, guitar player in Cutlass, and he was telling us that he has friends up in, where was he, Alaska, Canada? I can't remember. And they took their children and they were bear watching. And I was just saying, I don't know why people want to do this. Like, dude, yeah, we were just like hanging out and like, look at these pictures on my phone of these grizzly bears that are like 20 feet away from us.
Well,
And I'm like,
there's a
this is
safe way to
stupid.
do that with your family. I mean, there's
No.
a bunch of idiots
Yeah,
out there
it's
that
called YouTube and Blu-ray movies. Like,
yeah,
no.
but at the
With
same
a
time,
drone, maybe.
Right.
At the same time, growing up in Montana, we did that stuff all the time. It was just going out for a hike, and you would come up on moose and grizzly bears and mountain lions and coyotes. I mean, and you got to be prepared for that. You have to have a weapon to be prepared for that. If you're taking your kids out, you have to have a weapon.
No, I'm good. We're
you
good.
don't, then
Thanks,
you're an
Jarrett.
idiot.
Sure.
See you, man.
Nope.
Yeah, it's bad parenting if you don't have a weapon in those situations.
Nope. No need. No need.
Just
I'm good.
not going to do it. You don't want to get
No,
out and
dude.
see how beautiful nature is, and just see a grizzly take down a moose would be, I think, one of the coolest things to see in person.
You are weird, along with everybody else, because most Starmy members are chiming in agreement with you.
Yeah,
That's
there's something
cool.
beautiful about that. I mean, that's how they survive. That's how they eat. That's going to the grocery store for a bear or a mountain lion. It's taking down that prey.
Cool, man.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. It's not a mountain lion story, but I was up there in the Sandias a couple of days ago, or last week, I think. And we're sitting there running the trails, and I jump over a rock, and I kid you not, I land in between two rattlesnakes.
Ooh.
And I have never been scared in my entire life. I don't even know how high I jumped. I felt like Michael Jordan for a second.
So you jumped. So when you jumped in the middle of that, you panicked and freaked out and started jumping.
Well, it's not like jumping up and down. It's like jumping away. I was freaking scared.
That's another thing you got to be careful
You
with.
can't even see
man.
them. They look part of the trail.
Well, yeah.
You know, it was just super, super scary.
And you did everything wrong,
then,
sir. You did. Hold on, sir. Back it up.
I did
You
everything
did everything
wrong.
wrong. You did everything
No.
wrong. It's same thing with the rattlesnake. You stand still and you back away very slowly. You don't jump around. You don't freak out, make a lot of noise. That's when they attack you. That's when.
I don't even.
You know, it was kind of it wasn't that type of situation where I walked in on him. I was jumping over like a rock that was on the trail or a little boulder. So when I came down midair, like I saw where my feet were going to plant, and I was like, "What is that?" It was like almost a split second.
Were you
I was
training
like,
for American
oh
Ninja
my
Warrior?
God, those are coils.
What were you doing out there, running around, jumping over rocks?
I was, you know, just training UFC.
Oh, you're training
So-
UFC. Okay.
No,
that makes
I wasn't
sense.
training UFC. I was just out there running.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, they blend in
Yeah.
really well. That's what's scary about those. Is you could just step on them.
Yeah, that was really, really scary.
Yeah,
and
it's easy to
then then you hear the little rattlers go off, and that's what kind of made it even more real.
Yep.
Of
Yep. You're toast.
There we
if
go.
that rattler goes off.
Dude, thanks for
And
calling, man.
Wet.
Glad you're okay.
All right, later.
See you, man. Just sharing your survival stories with us. How did you survive your attack? 505-338-3700. Yeah, man. This is all good stuff to know, to learn, and just to remember that, hey, when you're out there in the wild, you're just part of the food chain, man. You're part of the circle of life. It's why I only dip my toes in the ocean. Who needs to go swimming in the ocean? Do I really need to go? If I want to go swimming, I go in a pool.
See, and
Why would I go in an ocean?
I'm so opposite.
No, you put your feet in and that's it. Stay out of the ocean. Because even in the ocean, it's not like you can just take a weapon in with you when you're swimming in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At least in the wild, you can have a gun and some bear mace or something.
See, people are chiming in now on Shelly called in earlier about being a hermit, and they said, see, these people's first mistake, going outside. You know who doesn't get mauled or bitten by snakes? People who stay at home watching the Goldbergs.
Yeah, how's that life? How's that life working out for you?
How are you the one advocating this?
How's that life working out for you? I know how lonely that life is. It's terrible.
Oh, man.
It's terrible. That's no life to live.
Somebody said needs to be a new segment on the show, Nature Questions with Mountain Man, starring Dex. People call in, ask random nature questions, and Dex gives them advice based on his life in Montana.
Guys, I've been through it all. Like I said, I was basically raised by bald eagles, grizzly bears, mountain lions, coyotes, and wolves. And one wolverine. That's right. I said it. Share your survival story. Go.
No.
Hey, it's Frankie Lascusa. How you doing?
Hey, man.
What did you survive, Frankie? What did you survive, man? Let me help you. I'm basically Bear Grylls.
It's been quite a bit of few situations, but about mountain lions specifically, I was deer hunting, and it was crazy because I was just walking back to camp, hiking for a few miles, and then I ran into a mountain lion on the riverbed. And it spooked off, but the crazy thing about it is about 5 minutes later, I ran into about 100 yards off a bear cub, and which got me more scared because, mama bear's around, right?
Yep.
And then a little shortly after, close to camp, I ran into a Cootamundi.
Ooh, a
all in
Cootamundi?
probably about 2 hours.
A Cootamundi?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what
Yeah.
a Cootamundi is?
Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it then?
It's kind of like a raccoon monkey thing. It's kind of a weird thing.
It's actually in the raccoon family, which is weird.
Wow, they're here. We have those.
I guess
Where
we
were
do.
you?
I was probably about 2 hours other side of Deming.
Wow, I didn't know we had those here.
Yeah.
Dude, those
They're
things are
closer to the
terrifying,
Mexico
apparently.
border.
Yeah, this is true. They
I've
have
never seen one
sharp
of those.
canine teeth. I've never even heard of one of these, and we have them in New Mexico.
Looks like a cross between almost
It's like a
it looks like a badger.
raccoon. No, he's
right.
right. It's a raccoon monkey.
Really?
Yeah.
It almost has like a badger face.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird things.
Glad you're alive. Glad you're alive, Frank.
I've survived. Yeah, I survived it.
There you go.
So they attack, huh?
Apparently they're mean.
No, I mean, as far as they didn't, it was just one, and they didn't. They just kind of ran off. But it was kind of weird. Within about 2 hour timeline, I saw those three. I ended up finding the carcass of the bear mom, which is crazy. So the mountain lion probably ate that cub. I'm thinking.
Wow, that's so. Yeah. All right, Frank. Yeah. Be safe out there.
All right.
See you, man. Yeah, I'm currently booking time to escort listeners out into the wild.
Oh, okay.
If you would like to book your reservation.
Hey, what do you call
a
group of Cootamundi?
You call them what was it? It's
kind of like a
you call them Cuda.
We have friends who have been a part of these.
I don't know.
Bands. It's a band of Cootamundi.
No kidding?
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a good band name, too.
Write that one down for a T-shirt, man.
Yeah.
Cootamundi. Good morning. Welcome to the show. It's Survival Hour with Dex. Go ahead.
Hey, I was hiking up in the foothills, and I ran into a Bigfoot. And he asked for if I had a toenail clipper.
That was Gentry. Doesn't count. Get out.
Was that Bill or Gentry? I can't tell them apart. Was that Gentry?
No, that was Bill.
Was that Bill?
Yeah.
That was Bill. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're saying he ran into Gentry. I gotcha. Yeah, it was probably Matt Gentry that he ran into.
By the way, the Cootamundi are in the Burro Mountains south of Silver City. There's a bunch of them down there.
Wow.
Learn something new every day, guys.
Cootamundi.
The Cootamundi.
Yeah, I honestly have never heard of the Cootamundi.
Me either. Now I respect them.
505-585-LIVE. You can text into the show. We were just talking about this this couple. They were out mountain biking in Washington State near Seattle. And a cougar attacked them and killed one of the bikers. The other guy was seriously injured. He was able to get away.
Which is very, very, very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the statistics in North America, deaths by mountain lion is very, very rare.
So again, just a real quick recap. If you come up on a mountain lion, a cougar, you want to stand your ground.
You put on the Star 88 app. You play it as
Hold
loud
it
as you
in the
can,
air as high as
like
you can.
say anything, like over your head.
Yep.
And then you just let my voice be like, "Hey, hey, man, no! Oh, oh, cat! Oh, mountain cat! Oh!" Here's what we do. We record me doing stuff like that, and then we put it on the Star 88
there
app
you go.
as a way to help people in the wild.
Man!
Except what inevitably would happen is they would open the app, and they'd be in the middle of nowhere, and they'd have no service.
Exactly.
And then the app would fail them.
That's why we have to make it downloadable so it's there on their phone, ready to go at any time.
Yeah.
But stand your ground, make eye contact. I say make a lot of noise, and do not, whatever you do, do not turn your back on a mountain lion. That's when you will die.
Dude, somebody almost was taken out by a deer.
Oh my gosh, I've heard of stories.
Right?
Yeah, elk, deer.
Somebody said craziest wildlife encounter I ever had was when I almost got run over by a small herd of deer while riding my motorcycle. It was almost midnight. I was riding home on a road right next to the desert down in Las Cruces. About 6 or 7 deer jumped out on the road, started running along with me at about 30 miles per hour, running alongside him. Freaked me out. I slowed down out of the group, and they took off. I thought for sure one of them was going to take me out, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen. I've never seen a group of deer do that, but I've seen a deer try to attack somebody before, like one single deer.
That.
Yeah, they'll come at you,
I
man.
thought it
You
was
mess
just
with them.
a matter of like running across the road, and because I've had friends like hit deer, and cars totaled.
Yeah, that's like the #1 cause.
Seatbelts,
of
guys.
Deaths
Seatbelts
in Montana is animals, wildlife.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on.
I mean, this is a great hour. It's a great segment. I think 8 a.m. on Mondays we should do a whole hour of survival.
No,
we're saving lives, man. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How did you survive?
I didn't survive anything, thank God, but no worries for me. The Cotamundi, the biggest one I've seen is like 65 pounds.
65?
Not out of it,
That's pretty big, man. 65 pounds?
yeah, he's a pretty big dude, and there's a bunch of us in the shop down at the mine just in the morning getting ready to go work, and he ran right through the shop.
Wow.
Bunch of grown men, been like little girls. It was hilarious.
Did you, Steve-O, did you find out where are those from? How did they get over here? Does it say?
South America.
Oh, they're from South America.
Yeah.
Okay.
So made their way
Yeah,
up.
they're it's
Yeah.
up here in the mountains.
South America made their way up through Central America and now southwestern North America. So, yeah, pretty good population in New Mexico.
And then we had a mountain lion kill a man up in northern Silver about 12 years ago.
Don't tell me these things.
Wow.
I don't want to know these things, guys.
Do you know
Oh,
why?
I don't
Did he
wanna
turn
know
his
this.
back?
No, he was luring him in to take pictures of him.
Oh, gosh.
And I guess he got a little too friendly with him and it ate him. So,
Oh, my gosh.
This is what I'm talking about.
120-pound kitty cat.
Oh,
Okay, this is what I'm talking about.
Insane.
I don't understand, guys. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
See you, man. That's so crazy.
No, nope. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Well, you need that. You want that perfect shot, man. You want to get that perfect photograph.
Nope.
Good morning. You there?
Hey.
Hi. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
What about plants? Like in Texas, we have lots of poison ivy. You get in it, then you come home later. You got rashes all over you.
Talk to me. That's true. I've been there. I've gotten the poison ivy before.
I mean, I stepped too close to a cactus recently and like.
Oof.
But that's bad too.
Yeah.
No, you're right, man.
we
Plants
were-
are deadly.
Yeah.
We were out in the woods. We got into poison ivy really bad. Got it all over us.
So how
My
did you handle
brother
that situation?
had to go to
Tell me how you
hospital,
handled that.
Get a shot.
That's real.
So how did you handle the situation when you came in contact with the poison ivy? What was your first thing? What did you do?
What'd you do?
What'd you do?
First
Hey,
you
does that
recognize it
hurt?
and you go, oh no, that's poison ivy. I'm going to be itchy later.
Yeah.
That's wrong, sir.
You
That is
worry about it
wrong.
'cause there's
Okay.
nothing you
That's
can
the
really
first
do.
mistake. You don't make noise.
Okay, that's not.
That you don't make any
And then it won't
noise.
jump on you.
Yeah.
No. You.
Yeah.
Gosh, you haven't learned anything. How are you allowed out of your house? Everybody knows you
I'm
don't
in
make
Texas.
noise.
I'm not in the mountains.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true, man.
Texas,
So-
man. Texas. That's.
It's a lot safer here.
Hey, man, can't wait
Okay,
to
that's
hang
all.
out in Texas in June for Harvest America. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, we'll see you
We're
there
going
in
to be
Dallas.
broadcasting live from AT&T
Where-
Stadium.
Yep.
So it's going
Better
to
come on down and
Yeah.
say hi.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, so come say hi to us.
Sounds good.
Don't bring poison ivy.
Yeah, man.
I'll try.
Thanks, man.
Later, bro.
Thank you so much.
It's the survival hour with
I
Dex.
cannot believe it.
Sharing your survival moments, how you can survive
I
attacks.
cannot believe the phone lines are so
Maybe you guys
jammed.
need some advice
Like, this
on
is
how to survive.
unbelievable to me. Starmy, really?
I've
This-
been through
this
it
is
all,
where we're
guys.
at?
I grew up in Montana. Just
This
a little
is where I'm just
background.
gonna play with my Post-it
Grew
notes.
up in Montana for 21 years. Basically a survivalist because I lived there.
Yeah.
And grew up with bears and coyotes and
Yeah.
mountain lions. They were basically my cousins. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Sean?
So, got a little story about, I guess it wasn't really our survival, but my brother was out with some biologists one day.
Oh, jeez.
And they were trying to track down a lion. Well, out of nowhere, all the dogs went up and bayed up an oryx. I don't know if you've ever seen an oryx, but they're African animal. They got
Very ugly.
big, long horns.
Orcs are
Well,
so
it
ugly,
baited
man,
up.
and they're very very strong.
And they are not nice. And it gored my brother's dog.
Yeah, They have these
Basically,
tusks.
right in the neck.
Yeah. You seen Lord of the
My
Rings?
brother
That's
went.
basically what it is.
Yeah, basically Lord of the Rings. So he went and he grabbed a stick and it had punctured one of his arteries. So he went and he tied it up,
I just don't even.
threw it onto the horse, and rode it back to his truck and brought it to the vet. It survived.
It survived?
Dog.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's
man.
crazy.
You don't want to come within contact with him.
No, I'm telling you. Tell you what, man. Thanks for sharing that, Sean.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, brother.
Hey, man. What was that story on Facebook? Somebody was saying that they got attacked by a coyote. What happened?
Survived a coyote attack.
Really? Because that's not very common.
One night I was getting out of work. A coyote was by the driver's side door. I freaked out, reached for the first thing in my purse. It happened to be an Allsup's burrito. I threw it at the coyote. I ran to the passenger side. I got in the car.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. See, that doesn't happen very often. A coyote?
Josh just chimed in from Ohio.
What's up, Ohio?
And said, dudes, I hit a deer on the way to work this morning.
While you were listening to us?
How? What is life? The phone lines are absolutely jammed. I can't believe.
Survival hour.
Is it because of your clothes today? You're kind of wearing like a denim button up.
Man,
you kind of look like a survivalist guy.
Because I am. Duh.
You're kind of scraggly with your beard right now. Like,
you want to know what mountain men look like up in Montana? Ladies, huh?
This is it. This is what
is
they
it,
look
guys.
like.
I'm telling you, we're a different breed up there, man. It takes a real man to live up there in Montana.
Okay.
It's like that guy I was just watching. He got mauled by a grizzly bear. I guarantee you, most people would have been dead. That guy,
yeah,
he was bleeding, his
He's
ears
like
hanging off.
Facebook Live.
He's like, oh man, I just came up on this grizzly bear and cubs. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, but that's the thing. He knew that it wasn't his fault.
Right.
Or it wasn't even the bear. It was his fault. It wasn't the bear's fault. He was
Right.
like, he came up on them and he just wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Got to respect nature, man. It's the first rule of survival. Good morning. Welcome to the Survival Hour.
Running wild with Dex.
Wow.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
I got to get some imaging going. I'm going to make it just a beautiful hour on
we
Mondays.
don't have to. We definitely don't have to do this.
I just can't wait till you have your own brand of little hand axes and
Yeah, man.
little lighters.
I want to be like Cameron Haynes. Do you follow Cameron Haynes?
Who?
Cameron
No.
Haynes is this awesome. He's an ultra marathon runner,
Oh.
and he's one of the best bow hunters in the world. And he has his own gear called "Keep Hammering." I need to come up with my own slogan, like keep.
The survival of the fittest, Dex style.
Survive. Be
These are really
survive.
bad.
I need some
Thank
help
you.
with that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
You guys can help me.
Yeah.
Hey, but did you guys hear that the guy that got murdered by the cougar in Seattle?
I mean,
I guess he wasn't even a mountain biker. He was like on a Walmart bike on like some private road,
Is this
private
real?
property.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
And he was transgender. Not that has anything to do with it, but but
Are
that's
you
just
just
the-
making stuff up?
He was on a
No,
Walmart
no.
bike and he was
My-
transgender. Really? Wow. Okay.
I'm just,
Like, this
yeah,
doesn't sound
but,
real to me. You're on
no,
the
they weren't-
radio saying this, and I'm wondering, is this real news? Do I have to
look
refute
up
everything
the
you're
local
saying?
Seattle story,
Okay.
not the Today Show story.
Okay.
All right. We're going to look
I'm
it
just
up.
saying. All right, love you guys. Peace.
Love you too, man. See you, man. That's funny. I mean, that's not funny that the guy died, but
Just shut up. Can we move on?
see, I'm all about survival. I'm not very good at, communication. I just know how to survive. Good morning. You're live on the Survival Hour with Dex.
Until you've been chased by a pit bull in the South Valley, everything is second nature, bro.
You know what? That's basically it's like getting chased down by a grizzly bear. That's basically what happened to you if you've been chased down by a pit bull.
Okay.
In the South Valley, off of La Vega. I'm just saying. Have a great day.
Have you ever been chased down by a dog?
Yes.
That is one of the scariest things, especially when
Yes.
you're a child.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know.
My grandma, I was on the back of the bike with my grandma, and I was a young kid, and we were just cruising around town, and this dog came running at us and almost took us out.
He said Las Vegas, and I remembered I wasn't allowed to go walking if I didn't have my dog. And it's true because they're just like wild dogs, like
Wild
roaming
dogs, man.
around.
Looking for a tasty morsel.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to know, man? Your survival guide is here. Good morning.
I'm surprised I made it through. Been trying for a minute.
So busy, man. It's the busiest hour we've ever had.
Dude, he's not even being funny. I'm mad that this is seriously the
We're
busiest hour
going to turn the whole
we've
show
had
into
in
a
really
survival
long
show.
time.
It's basically you need your Bible and a gun. That's all you need.
I just see the headline now where it's Bobcat mauled by Montanian.
I'm going to be the first one who gets killed out in the wild. I'm going to think I'm going to be all confident and go hiking, and I'm going to get just taken down by a giant cat.
All right, but I got a story real quick.
Oh, I love stories.
I was working up in like the foothills up off Tramway area, and I was working outside
with my headphones on, and at the corner of my eye, I saw a little tail poking out from behind my truck. So I thought it was like a stray dog or something. I'll go check it out. So I walked around, and I almost said a bad word. There's a bobcat sitting there like feet from me with a little rabbit in its mouth just staring at me.
Nope.
And I froze.
Well,
I froze, but my bladder didn't. And I just slowly backed up, locked myself in the truck, and waited until it was gone.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, I can't do this.
Did you, did the bobcat growl at you or anything?
No, it just slowly walked away.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Those bobcats,
You
are,
too.
those are scary, man. Because those are pretty big cats as well, and they're mean. Can't imagine. 505-585-LIVE. If you guys want to chime in, a lot of people chiming in. What Rachel Trent said. Here, read that, Rachel Trent on Facebook. I can't read all of it.
Growing up, we lived across the street from the canyon. My mama always let my brother cousin, and I go hiking it. None of us are really were 14 at the time. I'm still so surprised because there were mountain lions, bears, coyotes, you name it, running loose in that canyon.
Yeah. I've said it before. I sometimes wonder if my parents loved me because we had a cabin way up in the wilderness, and they would just let my brother and I just roam around wherever we wanted to go hiking, grizzly bear yards away from the cabin. And I don't know if my parents really liked me, but I'm here. I'm alive, so I guess they did something right. All right, thank you so much. This has been a great hour of survival. It's going to be a new thing on Mondays at 8, and it could be a big thing, man. We are saving lives.
I have to field all of these, dude.
See?
Oh,
Look
gross.
This is real life, guys.
A husky meter reader attacked him last week, and he sent me. These are all the
meter eaters are very, very dangerous. You have to be careful of meter eaters because
the meter eater
they
got
will
attacked by a
attack
husky.
you, and they are out for blood. It's true.
The survival index is what one Starmy member said.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Survival index.
I have read 5 different stories, and I can't find any single one that tells any of the information that dude gave about
a Huffy Walmart bike.
Yeah, none of this. I'm like, I don't know where you got that news.
Is that the mountain lion? I haven't seen that yet.
I don't know. Yeah, no thanks.
All right, we got to take a quick break. 505-338-3700. Phone lines are still open. Man, phones have just been blowing up, man.
Yeah, we're totally moving on.
I don't know if we can.
Yep.
We were supposed to talk about that school that's forcing students to smile, but I mean...
Speaking of Montana, I'm going to relate it to Levi Lesko and something he said.
Okay. All right. All right, we'll be right back. We're live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
In this hotspot, Skip Heitzig drops a truth bomb right on target.
You've heard people say, God loves you, Jesus loves you, and has a wonderful plan for your life. True, but you need to hear the other side of the coin. Satan hates you and has a miserable plan for your life.
Hotspot. Serious choices. That's what Skip lights up next.
You can have temporary pleasure now and long-term pain later, or you can have temporary pain now and long-term satisfaction that lasts into eternity.
Take Skip's teachings on the go. Get the Skip Heitzig podcast on your mobile device. Now, Skip blends this hotspot with a splash.
I've met plenty of people who regret that they did do all that stuff, and they wish they would have walked with the Lord longer.
Thirsty for more? Find living water from Skip at connectwithskip.com.
Say not just no, but say yes. No to Satan's ploys, to the thief's ploys, but yes to Jesus, who is doing everything he can to give you abundant life.
Hotspot.
Greg Laurie has this to say. When we share the gospel, our objective is to build a bridge, not burn one. A solar flare on Star 88.
Every single step, the further I get, it doesn't seem to get easier. It doesn't seem to get easier. I'm running out of breath, but you wouldn't give me strength if it's meant to get easier. If it's meant to get easier. show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger. No, it doesn't get easier. So show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easier, not until you make me stronger. Makeshift happiness, mistakes for being blessed with artificial exteriors, fabricated with smoke and mirrors. We can never reach new heights without obstacles to climb. No getting there isn't effortless. I'm gonna need a hand with this. So help, and I'm asking please. There's gotta be another remedy. I'm running out of my options. I'm running out of my options. So show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger. No, it doesn't get easier. So show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger. I'm gonna break through even if it hurts. So on no medication, it just makes it worse. 'Cause if I'm numb to freedom, I'll never come through. If I'm comfortable, no, I'll never leave this room. I'm gonna break through even if it hurts. So on no medication, it just makes it worse. 'Cause if I'm numb to freedom, I'll never come through. If I'm comfortable, no, I'll never leave this room. No, it doesn't get easier. No, it doesn't get easier. So show me how to get stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger, stronger, stronger. Don't expect to take it easy, not until you make me stronger.
Jesus is our king, but do you treat him like royalty? Here's Tim Keller on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
The Bible doesn't say people are hostile toward the concept of God or toward the idea of God. No, no, no. But the Bible says people hate the biblical God. You see, it's the biblical God that thunders from Mount Sinai and says, "Be holy, for I am holy. Have no other gods before me." It's the God who thunders and says, "I will by no means clear the guilty." Or it's the God who sets, the biblical God gives us the Messiah, and the Messiah shows up, and what does the Messiah say? He said, "You cannot be my disciple unless you hate your mother and father." You know what that means? He says, "You must love me so much that any feelings you have toward anyone else will look like hatred by comparison. That's how much you have to love me. I have to be supreme in your life."
That's a PowerPoint with Tim Keller on Star 88.
What's going on in the news today?
Britain's royal family tweeted a thank you note to all those who went to Windsor or watched on television the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
President Trump on Twitter saying he will demand the Justice Department look into whether the DOJ or FBI infiltrated or surveilled his campaign for political purposes.
Beijing says it will significantly increase its purchases of American goods and services.
A study by Blue Cross Blue Shield finds that the overall number of Americans being diagnosed with severe depression has jumped a staggering 33% in recent years.
A guest
Gaston County, North Carolina sheriff's deputy was one of 2 people killed when a car plowed into a restaurant in Bessemer City.
Deadpool 2 takes the top box office spot, grossing an estimated $125 million.
Kiss me like you miss me, Red.
Security forces in Myanmar are continuing to force Rohingya Muslims out of the country.
Justified pounded his way to a victory that looked like something out of a movie in the Preakness.
A Powerball ticket purchased in New Jersey hitting all the right numbers.
Officials in Texas have now released the names of all of the victims of Friday's school shooting in Santa Fe.
Former President George H.W. Bush arriving in Maine for an extended summer stay. The 93-year-old was hospitalized for an infection the day after former First Lady Barbara Bush's funeral last month.
Yo, what's up? Dex and Stevo, live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Happy Monday. Man, we already had a huge show. We talked about the key to true happiness this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how to survive a cougar attack. We basically taught you how to be a survivalist this morning. And also how to kick out your kid who won't leave the house. Do you take him to court? No. You just pack up all of his stuff and ship it to another location. I made that last part advice up. I don't know if you should take my advice, but now we're going to talk about smiling. Smiling. A smile. What does a smile do for you when someone smiles at you? Does it make you feel good?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It could go from a bad day to a good day when someone gives you a nice little smile.
Dude, and when I started in radio, that was the first piece of advice I was given.
Smile?
Always smile. Like, when you smile, it's conveyed through radio. And it's like, that's really good. Like, your voice just kind of, mine lifts and, yeah.
No, it's true, man. It's very
smile.
Got to smile.
However, what happens when you are being forced to smile?
Right? Here's your headline. Students at Central, was it Pennsylvania school district are required to smile in hallways.
This is real life.
Students who don't smile are told to either smile or see a guidance counselor to discuss their problems. Parents and teachers are also telling the news agency that bullying incidents are being ignored by school administrators. This mother of a 15-year-old opted to pull her daughter from the school and enroll her in the district's cyber school as a result of the policy forcing students to smile. She said, if you don't smile, you get called to the office or down to see your guidance counselor. You have to talk about your problems then. You have to, or you get detention. Several teachers told the news that assistant high school principal Benjamin Wingner has taken it upon himself to enforce the rule, which is not a written rule within the district. State law required schools to adopt an anti-bullying policy by January 1st, 2009, and the district has a written policy regarding bullying. Let's see. The superintendent, however, said any bullying incident that is reported in the school district is taken seriously. I don't know if I mean, you have a mom up here or moms saying, and even children saying that the school doesn't crack down on bullying. They're not doing anything. And then, of course, you got the superintendent saying, oh, we take it seriously. That to me, gosh, it's almost like I got flashbacks. I have PTSD from when I was in school, and something bad would happen to somebody I knew, or something bad, I'd get bullied or something. The school didn't do anything.
Right.
They don't do anything. And I'm not saying all schools or all teachers don't do anything, but I'm saying I think there's a lot of situations where they don't step up in situations when they need to. And it sounds like this is one of them. They said, we fully investigate every report of bullying, he said, but we can't tell about the consequences. I can't talk to a parent about another parent's child. So, okay, let's just break it down to this. Is that okay for a school to make the kids smile while they're walking down the hallways? While they're in school, they have to smile. And if they're caught not smiling, then they have to go talk to a guidance counselor about their problems. Man. That's that over the top? Is it a good thing?
People are chiming in left and right. Phone lines are open. You can give us a call if you'd like. Hey, what's that number?
505-338-3700.
You can text into the show 505-585-LIVE. That's 585-5483. Or just, dude, if you're hanging out with us on Facebook or YouTube Live, chime in there. Kevin says, sounds like Nazi stuff. Seriously.
Nazi Germany?
Forcing teens to smile will cause more shootings, he says.
Wow.
Ugh.
I don't know if
Cynthia says, actually, it depends on who says it to me. Sometimes I lighten right up. But normally when someone tells me to smile, it's like my face automatically refuses to. Yeah. I yell that at Luke when he's playing baseball. If he's in his head too much, I just go, kid, have fun, man. Smile. And then his big old pearly whites, bling. And like, seriously, it'll change his attitude sometimes.
Yeah.
Not every time. But, man, a school imposing that on all of their students.
What about, aren't you allowed to have your own feelings? Like, why aren't you allowed to have your feelings? Maybe your feelings at that moment isn't necessarily a happy moment, and you don't feel like it's necessary to smile. Should teachers tell you, like, hey, turn that frown upside down?
Somebody says, nope, I hate this. Fire whoever's idea this is. They're making things worse. Huge problem to make people fake happy with threats of punishment.
Yeah, you can get detention, man. Thank you so much for holding on to the phone. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. So I don't think it's right to force those kids to smile. And if they don't smile, they go talk to the guidance counselor. That's not right. Because just because you're not smiling doesn't mean you're not happy.
Yeah.
I actually go through this with my mother-in-law quite a bit. She's like, you're not smiling, you're not happy. I'm like, no, that doesn't mean I'm not happy.
Yep.
And it also goes back to the topic where you guys were talking about a couple weeks ago where you force your kids to hug somebody.
Right. Just forcing that, like, hey, everybody, I'm here. I'm happy. I'm smiling.
It's going to make kids more, I think it's going to make them more rebellious. But
yeah. Thanks, man.
You know,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Somebody said you can't smile if you're sick or if someone died or if you're having a bad day, etc. Yeah. There's times where you're just not going to be, quote, happy. I'm like...
Is it getting the teachers more involved with the students in a good way? Because sitting down and talking with a student to make sure they're okay is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. Because maybe they are getting bullied.
Right. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. We should be reaching out. The authorities above us should be doing that. You know, as teachers, as mentors, as role models, as people in their lives that are in a position of authority above them, it would be great if they reached out and said, hey, man, you all right? So I would hope that would happen. But I think, like, threatening someone with detention because they don't smile seems a bit much. I don't know, man, because on the flip side, Levi Lesko was here this last weekend, and he talked to us on Friday, and he talked about the idea of the fake it till you make it and how, heck yeah, we should be doing that. And he used the idea of marriage as the example. Like, if you only did marriage when you felt like it, nobody would survive marriage.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Because your feelings, your emotions can betray you. Scripture has a lot to say about our hearts, and it's not usually a good thing. It's wicked, it's deceptive, you know what I mean? And so we talked about the idea of working and effort and doing something not because you feel like it, but because that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Now, again, a school imposing a rule that says you have to smile seems kind of crazy, man. But I think there's something to be said about the fake it till you make it mentality. Because if I'm down and I'm projecting that, and I'm a grump and my posture's slumping down and I'm just focused on it and sad, I'm going to remain there. But if I'm not having a good day, there are times where I wake up a grump, man, and I come in here and I don't want to be up and happy and fun. But you know what? I fake that laugh and I get through. And next thing you know, I realize I'm having a good time and my day's not ruined. You know? Yeah. So I think there's something to it. I just think the idea of forcing you, imposing that by the authority above you is It's weird, right?
When I was younger in school, I used to always get accused of doing drugs. And I wasn't doing drugs.
Just because you were like kind of somber?
The
or
way
what?
that I looked.
You were just kind of chill?
Yeah, I always had
I
the
can see
sleepy
that.
eyes.
Not that you were like accused of doing drugs, but just kind of chill.
Yeah, I'm
You're
very
laid
relaxed, laid back, and my eyes, I wear contacts, so sometimes they get red.
Right.
And so I got called into the teacher's office more than once.
Yeah.
Then they sat me down and were like, "Hey, man, are you okay? Are you? We're worried about you." And they flat out would ask, "Are you doing drugs?" It's like, what? No, not at all.
Yeah.
But it's the way. Sometimes when I log on in the morning to Facebook and YouTube, or even when I look up at myself, I see myself not smiling, and I purposely try to change that sometimes because I'll look at myself and go, "Oh, you look grumpy." Like I wonder what. No wonder people don't approach me because I just don't. I'm not a very approachable person because I constantly have this dirty look on my face, and and I've gotten that my whole life. But I feel I'm happy and I'm great, but I just have that look on my face. So in a way, I'm kind of thinking this isn't such a horrible thing what the school's doing.
Right.
I don't like that they're making the kids do it, but sometimes. Like just a smile, just you even smiling, it can change everything.
That's why I'm like, I don't know, Starby, what do you think? Help us out. I think if my kid came home and he was bummed out because he got detention, and I'm like, why? Because I was walking in the hall and I wasn't smiling. Like, that would set me off as a parent because that would be weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, why? How is that?
My attitude wasn't good.
Right, but I don't know. It's not even an attitude.
Can you compare that to attitude?
Smile.
It's just a smile. Yeah. Some people just look that way.
Remember, the Starmy said, "I think the school is bullying the kids by making them smile. This is America. We have freedoms. We shouldn't have to smile all the time." America. Somebody said, "I have a so-called RBF, so people are always telling me to smile. I think I'd be in trouble all the time at the school." Somebody says, "Sounds like the school is the bully." Somebody else said, "Any decent guidance counselor would fight this policy. They should know better." Somebody said these people clearly need to watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Feelings are important. This is not the way to reach out to students.
Somebody said it would be fun to have a freedom to frown protest there.
Okay.
I love that.
Somebody said, does anybody actually think this is a good idea? I'm 100% sure the Illuminati is behind this.
Yep. Definitely look into it. Look into it. Someone said all the kids should just tape smiley faces to their mouths walking through the hallways to show how ridiculous it is.
But now they're just being a jerk.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm seriously on the fence about this. I think it's a stupid policy, but I understand the sentiment behind it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. It's not that bad. You're going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, I'm not sure about being forced, but I really like the idea. My 14-year-old daughter and her friends are hyper-focused on the negative. There is such a suicide culture in her 8th grade class. There are attempts weekly and successes way too often.
Gosh.
Maybe focusing on getting happy or getting help might change this.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm saying maybe because they if you're caught not smiling and they're taking to a guidance counselor's office to have a one-on-one, I think that could be a good thing because then they can really find out if there is something going on. Maybe there's nothing going on and you're like, hey, man, it's just how I look. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Grades are good. Everything's good.
Hey, man, this is my face.
Yeah, it's just how I look, bro.
This is my face.
Yeah.
But thank you for caring.
Yeah, but then the teacher, I think, at that point, be like, okay, cool, right
Cool,
on,
man.
go on with your day.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just kind of letting when you see something going on at school. Again, we don't know what it's like to be a teacher. I'm sure it's probably a crazy job. That's got to be one of the hardest, craziest jobs you could do.
Yeah.
But man, to be responsible for all those kids, I mean, how do you focus on that with so many kids?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe this is a way to kind of streamline that a little better.
Man.
Hey, thanks for calling. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you going, guys?
Good. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Vince. I think you need to smile more.
Oh, Vince. Thanks, man.
Dude. So, okay.
You know what? I can tell you, man, that a smile is contagious. I've been accused of that, being too serious, and, you know.
So, as like a essentially like law enforcement, as an enforcer of the law. What do you think about like the fact that the school, as the authority above them, has said smile or else, essentially? Like, you smile or you're going to see a guidance counselor and possibly get detention for not smiling.
You think I think they're headed in the right direction. They'll never be able to enforce it, but hey, if it makes more people smile, I know that when people smile at me, it makes me smile. And I mean, there for a while, my wife used to tell me that her friends were afraid of me because I didn't smile.
I get the same thing, Vince. I get the same thing.
Dude, I can see this.
Yep. You're an intimidating man.
Well, anyways, Dex, I feel with you, man. You know what? I'm not, people get to know me. I'm a nice guy. People just think I'm mean, and I'm not. You know, I'm loving. I smile. I can hug people. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, heck
Good
yeah.
stuff. Thanks, Vince.
Oh man, thanks for the call, Vince.
Later, man. That's funny.
I will say this, Vince. For those who don't know, he's like head of security here. He's a big, scary man.
Yeah, he's one of those intimidated guys.
Totally intimidating.
Yeah.
But Friday night we were hanging out, and his smile, he really does have like this great giant smile. And when he smiled, it made me smile.
Yeah.
Like because it was like, oh,
yeah.
Well, Vince is in a good mood.
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood.
That's funny.
So I'm on the fence because I think it's stupid that they're trying to enforce this, but I do see the sentiment behind it. Like everybody's so negative, man.
Yep.
Everybody's so whiny and depressed all the time and focused on this. And yeah, man, we need to be talking to people more. But gosh,
we're talking about this school in Pennsylvania. They are requiring students to smile in the hallways. And if they catch you not smiling, then they ask you to go down to the office and see a guidance counselor. And you have to talk about your problems. And if you don't talk about your problems and open up, then detention is the next discipline. So
it's like the antithesis of coming to church, because when you come to church, you always want to have a smile on your face, because if you're not smiling, people are going to ask you what's wrong, and you just might have to open up about issues in your world.
Yeah, right?
Can't do that. Picture perfect, man.
Picture perfect.
Picture perfect Christian over here. Got to keep that smile all the time.
So what do you think? Do you think good idea? Bad idea? What's this going to hurt? I mean, is it hurting the kids in any way? Making them smile more? No. Come on, man. Could be a good thing. Chime in, 505-585-LIVE. You can text in. You can also call in. We got the phone lines wide open at 505-338-3700. And we're live on Facebook and YouTube at Star 88. And you can chime in. Jarrett, Winifred, Cruz, all hanging out on Facebook Live. And then on YouTube, we got Kevin, Rodney, Diego, Ryan chiming in. So we'll read some of those comments when we come back. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
We all want the best future for our children. Our next generation of leaders need a strong foundation. With small classes, a great sports program, and affordable tuition, Evangel Christian Academy strives to equip students for the work God has for them. ECA's mission is to shape and empower the Christ-loving leaders of tomorrow. By using a leadership-driven and individualized learning model, our staff can better prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. ECA also utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our Academy campus taught by our staff. Since 1976, Evangel Christian Academy has been serving children from preschool through 12th grade and is fully accredited. We are located at 4501 Montgomery Boulevard Northeast in Albuquerque and are currently enrolling for the 2018-19 school year. Please contact Evangel Christian Academy for a tour today at 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
The 7th chapter of Daniel tells us he's a cultic leader. He shall speak great things against the Most High and seek to change the times and the laws. He will speak out against the true God of heaven, and the language suggests that he will try to raise himself to the level of God and make declarations from the position. And the Apostle Paul, remember the passage in 2 Thessalonians 2:4? We've appealed to that passage a number of times in our study. 2 Thessalonians 2:4 says of the Antichrist, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God and that is worship, so that he, the Antichrist, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. He will be a cultic leader and will accept the worship of the peoples of the world.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ, Mintmore, K201CC, Las Cruces, K203EZ, Alamogordo, K207CQ, Gallup, K211CW, Hobbs, K212EH, Silver City, K214DE, Antonito, K218AK, Artesia, K250AB, Roswell, K293AO, Alamosa, K228DQ, Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
I know you see me as I am. I'm met with kindness that knows no end. You pull me closer. Oh, there is freedom all around. Here in your presence, my walls come down, my walls come down. So I'm gonna worship with my heart wide open. I don't wanna miss a beat, 'cause you take what was broken and make it new. I'm gonna trust you with my heart, with my heart wide open. Your love is constant. You are disarming every fear. My soul awakens. I know you're here. You're always here. So I'm gonna worship with my heart wide open. I don't wanna miss a thing, 'cause you take what was broken and make it new. I'm gonna trust you with my heart wide open. With my heart wide open. I'm getting lost in your presence. I'm seeing glimpses of heaven. Oh, I could stay here forever. With my heart wide open. I'm getting lost in your presence. I'm seeing glimpses of heaven.
Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
We choose to express ourselves through music.
keep on running. Fathers, mothers, keep running. Fighters, soldiers, hold your weapons and lay your back on me, lay your back on me. Brothers, sisters, keep on reaching. Mothers, keep on dreaming. Fighters, soldiers, drop your weapons and lay your back on me, lay your back on me.
ready for this? What?
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up
for Dex and Steve-O. Hi. TMI, what's up? How you doing? Live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
So great.
So great, guys. So great. Just smiling, smiling, smiling. Keep it smiling. We were talking about this school that's forcing every student to smile while they're walking in the hallways. And if they're caught not smiling, then they have to, they're forced to go see a guidance counselor, talk about what their problem is. And if they don't want to open up and talk about their problems, then they get detention for not smiling.
So weird.
A lot of people chiming in. 505-585-LIVE. You can text in. Also on YouTube and Facebook Live at Star 88. What are people saying?
A big problem with forcing people to do anything is people, especially teenagers, can grow to resent or even hate what we're forced to do if we don't have enough respect for the one commanding it. Do you want them to hate smiling? But I do think it should be encouraged.
Yeah.
Somebody else said, school is going too far, brainwashing. Kids are not robots. And they sent a picture of a John MacArthur book called Anxious for Nothing.
Oh.
It's God's cure for the cares of your soul. Somebody else said, my career path is counseling. That's my goal. I can tell you if I worked for a school that implemented this, I would cause a massive ruckus to try and change it. If that didn't work, I'd quit. I seriously would love to hear the response of the guidance counselors that are being used as weapons by this school. They should be fighting for the students. Totally not okay. Somebody else said, Steve-O, who does your hair? Mr. Sandman. I woke up late. Seriously,
Sandman.
this is just like...
It's all blown out,
It's
man.
like, today I'm like,
You look
oh,
like
man.
a member of Jersey Shore.
Oh.
Like the Guido. You got the Guido look going.
Thanks.
You totally do, man.
Great, dude.
It's like you blew that thing out with a
No,
hairdryer
Mike.
this morning. That looked really weird.
Anyway. But Gat Attack over at Square Roots, my guy.
Okay. Phone lines are open as well if you'd like to call in. 505-338-3700. I don't know. I hope today, we encourage you to smile more, but also I think when we all see and we all run into people that look like maybe they're having a bad day and maybe they're not having a bad day.
Yeah.
But hey, a smile, eye contact and a smile is huge, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's huge.
Shannon says suicide and depression is contagious. School needs more counselors today than ever before. Support groups that allow them to talk about issues and actually get guidance would be amazing. You can't force happiness, but acknowledging the frowns is a start to progress rather than ignoring the hurt. Yeah.
It's good, man.
Somebody said sometimes even though people seem happy and are always smiling, they're dying on the inside with whatever issues they may be facing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well. There you go. All right. I think we solved that problem, guys. I think
Okay.
We solved all of life's problems. We're good to go.
Somebody said, question. It was Kevin on YouTube. Question. God, why don't you do something about school shootings? Answer. I'm not allowed in schools. Deep. Here's the thing, though. I understand the sentiment because they have kicked prayer out of schools and they've done all these things. But listen, man, my children still attend a school. My children still love Jesus Christ, and they are still beacons. If we raise our children with that mentality to be loved, to be kind, to be gracious, to just serve one another, seriously, like that can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah, man.
Because they may try and remove religion from school, but you can't remove God from school as long as there are people who love Jesus.
Yeah, I like that.
In those schools.
That's right, man.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Period. The end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where you're at. If Christ is shining out from within you, God is still in those schools.
Right.
That is the Jesus they are seeing. You are the reflector they are seeing. So I think our high school students, our middle school students, like you guys have such an incredible responsibility that is great, and it's heavy sometimes, but it should be inspiring. Like you are the light of the world, man. Like you can shine for Jesus where you're at, and that can make a difference. Not some school forcing smiles upon everyone, but you intentionally smiling, seeing somebody who's hurting, talking to them, caring about the hurts in their lives. I'm just saying, like, that can make all the difference in the world. I don't know. What do I know?
This little light of mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it shine.
It's true, man.
This little light of mine.
It's so true.
I'm gonna let it shine.
It's like,
let
dude,
it shine.
you see that kid at lunch eating by himself, you go hang out, you go have lunch with him. That kid getting picked on, bullied, you go stand up for him.
That's right, man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. And who said prayer got kicked out of school? Who said you couldn't pray? You can pray as much as you want in school, right? Am I right? Am I right?
You know, it's been a minute since I've been to school, so I don't know.
This little light of mine.
Gosh, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna let it
this is
shine.
what happens when you regulate smiles. This guy trying to smile and sing like an idiot, and I'm just like, I want to fight him.
Feel good.
I want to fight him.
Yeah.
Gosh. Cynthia says, true. Home life is super important.
Super important.
Super dibs.
Yep.
It really is. It really is. Somebody said, have you watched the new season of 13 Reasons Why yet? Season 2 released on Netflix.
I actually did. I haven't watched it all. I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Somebody says they have a lot more suicide resources before and after the episodes than the previous season. But the question is, do you think that series is helpful or hurtful to the youth?
I haven't seen the full second season yet. I know that you're right. First season, we saw both.
Yeah,
we saw that it had a huge impact when people were talking about it.
Absolutely.
When parents were getting involved and they were watching it with their kids and having that discussion.
Yeah.
But we also saw the negative impact of it as well.
Yeah, where it empowered some to, that's going to happen with all things. Like 13 Reasons Why, they really did that intentionally with suicide resources, like suicide prevention resources, because they were wanting to stop this, man. And so I do think as we talk about parenting and home life and you being the light, we got to remember as parents too, we have to be those unshockable listeners. I think that's when Nate and I started Shock Therapy Live. We started with that intent to be unshockable to what's going on in your world, because we want to hear, we want to have compassion, but we want to bring truth from God's word. And so I think we need to remember that as parents as well, that we're raising up this generation and they're going through some things that I never experienced when I was that age, you know?
Yeah.
It is very different. We need to be compassionate. We need to be loving. We need to be graceful. We need to have mercy, but we still need to hold them accountable. We still need to parent them and discipline them when they need to.
Shout out to Netflix. They did a really good job this time of laying out resources and talking about, hey, if you're out there, you're feeling like, you wanting to kill yourself, you're feeling angry, you need to talk to somebody, and they give out some really cool resources for people. So I hope it helps.
How about this? A member of the Starmy chimed in and said, I think kids will be happier if parents just put down their phones and pay attention to their kids at home, and the happiness will continue on into school.
Yeah, you know what? It's true.
How often do we stare at our phones at home when our kid's sitting right in front of us? Mom, Dad. You're like, hold on. Give me just a second. This Facebook feed can't wait forever.
Been guilty of that for sure. 505-585-LIVE. You can text into the show. You can also hit us up on Facebook Live and YouTube.
Yeah.
At Star 88. What's going on, Ryan? What's up, Diego?
Diego said, I hear Yanny. ALFHQULMNOP said, God gave us free will and humans sinned. That's why bad things happened.
Okay.
Ryan says, amen. Be a light wherever you go. Eater says, 13 Reasons Why. I touched on this a bit. No one ever really talks about how they actually feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is true or not. I haven't even looked it up because I've only 2 episodes in, but I had heard that the second season might be focusing on school shootings, but I'm not sure.
Huh.
I wonder if that's true. But it's a pretty heavy show. That's a show you definitely need to watch with your kids or watch before, so you can make a good assessment on whether or not your kid should watch it. All right, anything else to talk about before we move on? Because I got a couple other things before we
can totally move on.
So, the Yanny versus Laurel thing that's just destroyed people's lives and basically has taken over the internet for the past week. Yanny versus Laurel. We all hear something different.
Right.
There's this is kind of cool. I want to play something for you. This is a 12-second audio clip, and it's a series of ascending notes.
It's a series.
Is that how you spell series?
No, it's misspelled.
Okay.
Because it should be a series
It's a
of
series of ascending notes on a scale.
Yes.
So we're gonna play this, and then I'm going to play it again, and it's gotta go back. Hold on. Okay. And so here's the audio clip. Here, just creeping up. Okay, I'm going to play it again. And it's like it continues. When the video's finishing playing, you replay it to hear the tune continuing to creep up.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Stop it.
Isn't that crazy? All I'm doing is just replaying the video, but it sounds like it's getting like
it's still creeping
heavier,
up.
right? It's like going
like the
up.
scale is going up. It's
going
still
up.
ascending, even though that's not what
No,
I heard
I'm
the
starting
first time.
back at the beginning again.
Okay.
Want to play it again?
Yeah.
Oh!
Stop.
Boom! Your mind is blown right now. How crazy is that?
But when we stopped and talked for a little bit,
Right.
it went back down.
Yeah. All right. So let's just give it a few seconds here, and then we'll start it over again. Because you're right.
Nope. Still up there for me.
Wow.
It's still up there for me. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're still up there. Yeah, it's called Amazing Audio Illusion on YouTube. You guys can check that out. That's
So if you didn't understand what was happening, we played like, what was that, a 12, 15 second?
Yeah, about a 12-second clip.
12-second clip, and it was ascending in the scale. But then when we restarted it, our brains heard it continue up the scale, even though it was the same video. So technically it should have started over down at the, Oh, man. I don't like this. I think science is showing us too much about how weird our brains are.
No, it's crazy, man.
That's
It's
weird,
so
man.
crazy. So weird.
Somebody wants to know if that was Techno Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was 8-bit for sure.
Cynthia says, I don't get it.
I don't get it. Do you not hear it? Cynthia doesn't get it?
I mean, maybe not.
Well, I don't get it either, how our brains do that, but do you hear it? That's what I want to know. Does it? Because when we started again,
That's weird, dude.
That's so weird. When you
I don't
first
like
started, it sounds...
It sounds lower. Yeah.
Yeah, getting higher. Okay, that's the end of the video. I'm going to play it again. Oh! It's just creeping up. It's like it's on the same level still. Oh!
This is
This is
stupid.
so weird,
I
man.
hate everything about this.
So weird. Oh.
Somebody said it's like a taste in your mouth that lingers except for it's your ears.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
like
Ryan.
that.
Thanks.
That's good. It's a good way to put it.
Somebody chimed in and said that's what Hans Zimmer does with his music. Did a ton with the Interstellar soundtrack. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
Somebody said y'all have been messing with our minds for weeks now.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Woo!
Somebody said I heard the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, no brainer.
Woo!
Some of the memes that are going around are so great. So funny about the Yanny versus Laurel. Yeah, it's good. 505-585-LIVE. You can text into the show. Do you want to talk about short man syndrome? It's on our list of things to talk about. I think that was an add-on that we just needed to fill. So, I mean, it's here. We could talk about it. Is short man syndrome real? Do you ever known anybody that was
yes,
short guy?
Yes,
and they acted like a big
Super
guy.
aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Yes.
I worked with a guy on radio like that. And it was so weird. But yeah, a new study out of the Netherlands found that short man syndrome really does exist. The researchers found that guys under 5'7" would act more aggressively in social experiments than men who were taller. What does that mean? Researchers say it's biologically ingrained in short men to be more aggressive when they can and grab whatever resources they can, because they might have fewer chances to get them. What? That's crazy. Man. So they're more aggressive because they want to be able to provide and go out there and get those resources they need. And they know that taller people have a better chance of getting those resources.
Why? Because it's like on the
'Cause
top
they're
shelf
taller?
at Walmart? Like, I don't understand.
So they're more aggressive? Yeah, they might have fewer chances to get them because they're smaller?
I don't get that at all.
I can understand if they were like a midget size. If you were like 3 or 4 feet tall, I get it.
Whoa.
What?
Why?
Why?
Why can't you be secure at 3 or 4
Really?
feet? Yeah.
Do they make desks that are of the appropriate height for a little person?
Oh, gosh.
Huh? How about a chair? Last time you saw a little person jump on a chair, when was that? Huh? Why do they got to jump on a chair?
Somebody said short man syndrome. I have that. And then in all caps went on to say, don't make fun of me. I'm not short. I'm vertically challenged and I will kick you in the face.
Whoa.
I mean, you could try. But
Whoa, aggressive.
I'm 5'11". I don't
Hashtag
think
aggressive.
you can get up there.
Yeah, you know what? 5'7" and if you're 5'7" and under, I feel bad for you. That's really short. Good morning.
Good morning.
How tall are you?
Well, it's Shelly.
How tall are you,
Yeah,
Shelley?
it is. 5'6".
5'6".
Yeah,
For a girl, that's pretty tall.
The two guys that I've known with the Chihuahua complex, we're both cops.
We're both cops?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
Oh, yeah.
Chihuahua complex, because Chihuahuas are really, they're scared all the time. I mean,
Chihuahuas are not.
Whatever.
They're
That's why they
yappy
call them
and
shaking
aggressive.
all the time. And they're like,
Are you
oh my
kidding me?
gosh, they hide behind their owners like, oh, they're yapping.
You have known some weird Chihuahuas, bro. 'Cause
Really?
I've
You're
never
Chi-
met
No.
it.
Chihuahuas
No,
don't
it's-
shake all the time like they're
it's
scared?
No, it's the Chihuahua complex. No.
I don't know.
They they try to puff up and they come out. "Rrr!" Yeah. They
Yeah, but they also are
Hey.
scared to death.
Yeah.
I know we're on a new subject, but I have to go back to the survival hour because I have
go
one
back.
short little story.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
And she
Okay.
said
Okay.
short story.
This is
so
this is back when we had landlines,
Well, we still
and
do.
I was having a landline put in,
Okay.
and all of a sudden I hear, "Get this turkey off of me!" I had this 30-pound blue slate turkey that was on top of the telephone man's shoulders, pecking his head and beating him with his wings.
Oh my gosh. What? Those things are nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
Get this turkey off of me! Yeah. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye, Shelly. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Somebody said, don't you pet me. I will mess you up.
Mm-hmm.
Chihuahua syndrome.
Yeah, apparently short man syndrome is a real thing, according to a study out of the Netherlands. They found that short man syndrome really does exist because, well, they're more aggressive at getting resources because they're scared that the taller people will get them before them.
Stacy says, I'm 6'1" and my best friend is 5'2", and she's definitely more feisty than me.
Yeah.
Mark says, I went on a ton of first dates and I kept hearing the same thing. Oh, you really are 6'2". Apparently a lot of guys lie about their height. Ooh, online dating? Good job, Mark.
6'2" is tall, man.
Way to get back out there, man.
That's tall.
Way to get back out there.
I don't know if I'd want to be that tall.
Patrick says, I had a boss that called it Napoleon syndrome. We had a district manager that was short and not the nicest. Winnie says, my cousin is like that. She's super aggressive all the time because she is short.
Yeah.
Why do we think that is? Why does science say it is? Just because they
I think it's more
like
of an
survival
evolution. It's more of
of
it's more of an evolution.
Can't say
type-
evolution on
Well, I
the
know, but
station.
that's I think where they're coming from is
No!
is evolution. Because back in the day when they were hunting and gathering their nuts, they were scared that the taller people would get the nuts on the tree.
And so they had to be more
Be
aggressive.
more aggressive.
So stupid. No, I don't. I think it's a self-esteem issue. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe it is.
Rude,
Yeah, you know what?
aggressive.
Probably right.
It's like this defense mechanism. I definitely don't think it just goes for shorter people.
Yeah.
I think it's real, and I think we just need to be a little more
Yeah, they got a complex
content
about it, right?
and secure in who we are in Christ.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was that dude. I was so insecure, man. So I was always feisty. I was always belittling.
Why were you
of
insecure?
Others.
What was it?
I don't know.
No.
Well, actually, I do. I just don't want to get all heavy.
You want to talk about it?
You know.
Well, you get detention.
Because I'm
You're not going to talk about your feelings. You get
5'11".
detention.
I'm not short by any means, but I was always, I just lacked that self-esteem. I just wasn't confident in who I was.
Yeah.
I really wasn't. So
Do you think you just needed more of, if you would have had more people in your life that were constantly encouraging you and saying awesome, cool things to you? Do you think
I think
that
that's why I care so greatly about being a good dad.
Yeah.
Honestly, because if I had possibly a positive male role model.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. Raised by a single mom.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Who was working a
or
lot.
terrible stepdads when I had them.
Right.
So, yeah. Just to man me up.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's vitally important.
Right.
Go read Wild at Heart.
Wild at Heart.
Yeah. Wild at Heart.
The topic is, do you have short man syndrome? How do you feel? Are you aggressive?
That's not the topic.
Chime in.
Oh, man.
We want your aggression. We want to see that aggression come out through the radio.
Eleanor says she's 5'7", which in New Mexico is way tall.
Yeah, no
period.
kidding.
For dudes or ladies.
For dudes, too? Really?
I mean,
yeah, I guess.
She also said, morning, guys, looking incredibly handsome today. Hey.
Hey. See? You made me smile.
Yeah. Chiming in from DeSoto, Texas, bro.
DeSoto? What's up, DeSoto?
Everybody pants now. Pants.
Sweet.
Oh, look at the time. It's time to go to break. Look at the time. You guys feel free to chime in. What do we got left on the show? Let's talk, when we come back, we'll talk about taking your wife's last name.
What?
When you are...
Can't do this topic.
Getting married.
I'm gonna offend everybody.
What do you think about taking your wife's last name? We'll find out how many Americans decide to take their wife's last name when we come back and how you feel about it. Maybe we can find out where it came from, that whole tradition. Is that biblical? Taking on your husband's last name from the guy's side? We're going to look that up.
Okay.
505-585-LIVE. You can text into the show. And we got, I think, a couple of voicemails we can check when we come back. Hang out.
A Stardy 8 Supernova with Greg Lord.
Do you have financial needs right now? Here's what God says. Jesus speaking, Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. And all these things was a reference to an earlier statement he made when he said, don't be like non-believers who obsess about what they're going to wear and what they're going to drink and what they're going to eat. Jesus is saying, put God first, seek him first, and all these things will be added to you. Malachi 3:10, God says, bring all the tithes into the storehouse, and there'll be enough food in my temple. And if you do, I'll open the windows of heaven for you and pour out a blessing so great you won't have room enough to take it in. Try it. Put it to the test. Have you ever put God to the test in tithing? Say, well, I don't believe in tithing. Well, God does, and everyone should tithe. That's where we start.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM. A solar flare from David Jeremiah. Waiting on God is active, not passive. It involves prayer, counsel, study, patience, and faith. Star 88.
not true. We are the people that matter. We built it all, we built a wall upon our shoulders. We are the people of the borders. So we both show up our kinds of eyes. Those so close, how can we live close? We are the children of comfort. We are the men who hold the confines of the thunder. We took the shining force to reach to submission. We live and breathe the ever human condition. So we both show up our kinds of eyes. Close, so close. How can we live close? We don't know. We waste a day and run all night. We built up best but never. We fill our mouths with empty minds. We never live and never. We waste a day and run all night. We built up best but never. We fill our mouths with empty minds. We never live and never. We waste a day and run all night. We built up best but never. We fill our mouths with empty minds. We never live and never. We waste a day and run all night. We built up best but never. We fill our mouths with empty minds. We never live and never die.
Christine Kane challenges us to not just look at those around us, but to see the person as Christ sees them in this Star 88 PowerPoint.
The minute you objectify someone and you label them based on what they do or what they did rather than who they are, you've dehumanized them. You no longer see them as a person. They are just refugees. They are just traffic victims. They are just alcoholics. They are just drug addicts. They are just criminals. We just objectify them, we just categorize them, we just label them, and we dehumanize them. It's a plan of the enemy. And it is amazing how we do that. It's how we can look upon. Because we don't see that that's someone's daughter or someone's son. We don't see that that's someone's wife or someone's mother or someone's sister. We just look, because it's easy to look, because when you look, you can just look away and you don't think you've done any harm. But when you see, you can't unsee, and it changes everything. And we have a generation that is looking but not seeing. That's the problem.
That's Christine Kane on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
What's going on in the news today?
Britain's royal family tweeted a thank you note to all those who went to Windsor or watched on television the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
President Trump on Twitter saying he will demand the Justice Department look into whether the DOJ or FBI infiltrated or surveilled his campaign for political purposes.
Beijing says it will significantly increase its purchases of American goods and services.
A study by Blue Cross Blue Shield finds that the overall number of Americans being diagnosed with severe depression has jumped a staggering 33%. 3% in recent years.
A Gaston County, North Carolina sheriff's deputy was one of 2 people killed when a car plowed into a restaurant in Bessemer City.
Deadpool 2 takes the top box office spot, grossing an estimated $125 million.
Kiss me like you miss me, Red.
Security forces in Myanmar are continuing to force Rohingya Muslims out of the country.
Justify pounded his way to a victory that looked like something out of a movie in the Preakness.
A Powerball ticket purchased in New Jersey hitting all the right numbers.
Officials in Texas have now released the names of all of the victims of Friday's school shooting in Santa Fe.
Former President George H.W. Bush arriving in Maine for an extended summer stay. The 93-year-old was hospitalized for an infection the day after former First Lady Barbara Bush's funeral last month.
Man, can't believe it's almost 10. What's happening, man? Thanks for making the show so great this morning, Starmy. Steve-O, thanks for making it so great. You just make me feel so good. So happy to get to stand next to you every morning. Just make me want to smile. Guys, he's not even listening to me.
I'm totally listening to you.
He's reading something, and I am pouring my heart out.
Oh my gosh, I'm smiling.
Then why didn't
at
you look?
buddy?
Why didn't you look into my eyes? Huh?
Hey,
no. No, I'm only gonna make eye contact to you through the iPad.
I don't want to make eye contact. I feel like a child, like when I'm trying to talk to Brody in the back seat. Hey, buddy, through like the rear view.
Yep. That's how you gotta.
That's not really me on that video up there, buddy.
Yes, it is.
I'm standing right next to you.
Okay. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Feel free to chime in. 505-585-LIVE. We love when you guys text into the show. And we also love it when you guys call the live line and leave voicemails.
Next message.
I've got a great idea, gentlemen. And I want to say good morning, Dex, Steve-O.
Good morning.
You know, I was thinking about it. I remember all that was glorious about Lamp of Glory. That's right. I'm bringing it up. I know Teo's gone. I think Dex could more than adequately fill Teo's spot.
What?
And I had an idea for a song and a video. Think of it. And this could be the theme song for the Morning Invasion, too. The video, just imagine it. You pan out to the ocean, and there on a yacht is Dex and Steve-O, standing on a yacht, looking distinguished off into the distance, and then you hear an awesome beat drop. Now, when that awesome beat drops, I've got an idea for a song. I think you guys could do a song called Boats and Shows. Oh, wait. No, horrible idea. Bye.
I don't have much to say about that.
What?
I don't know about that one.
Next message.
I've been listening to Steve-O and Dex for a while. I was listening to Dex, Buck and Dex for a while, and he moved over to Star 88. I love the show. I love what you guys do. Keep it up.
Oh, that's good. That was very nice.
Thanks, man.
Okay. All right.
I wish you'd check these before we go live.
Next message.
Mashed
Oh,
good.
all right.
Mashed potato.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daddy. Love you.
Love you.
Love you too. If we could up our game a little bit, you know what? Here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
if we have some really good voicemails,
Yeah.
you have a chance to win Samson the movie on DVD. Wait,
DVD.
is it Blu-ray?
DVD.
Oh,
Yeah, we got DVDs.
DVDs. You're just gonna have to go out and to the garage and find that DVD player.
We
that
figure if you're still using an
probably
old
boxed
phone
up.
to leave a voicemail,
Yep.
chances are
Yep.
you could use a DVD.
Exactly. We got Samson on DVD.
Uh-huh.
If we have good voicemails tomorrow, your chance to win Samson the movie on DVD.
Because here's the thing, guys. Father's Day is coming up.
Oh, great Father's Day present.
It'll make a great gift for them. If your father is older and falls asleep.
60s, like Chipper's age. If he's like Chip's age,
and
then
he
yes.
falls asleep on weekends watching television,
Yes.
this is the movie for him.
Yep.
He will enjoy 7 minutes of action
Mm-hmm.
and nod off and be so thankful
Yes.
that he didn't have to sit through that whole thing.
Yep.
great Father's Day gift.
We got your hookup on Father's Day.
Yes.
We're going to give you that. So you call the
Absolutely.
live line, you leave a voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
Man, and just pray that you are the lucky one that gets that DVD tomorrow
We
morning.
also have a couple copies of Stephen Curtis Chapman on 8-track.
Oh, my gosh. It's got to be worth a lot of money. That's vintage.
Yeah, at least 47 cents.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yep.
Okay. Who's Stephen Curtis Chapman? I don't know who that is. Who's that?
He's got a new single, man.
Whoa!
Somebody said Samson on DVD. Did I lose a bet? What?
Yeah, we had a full review last week. Just hit us up on demand and go back, and it wasn't good. We were just being honest. When's our interview with Samson and Delilah?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope. I think they heard our review.
Oh no.
And
oh no.
Listen, bro, make better film. Just saying. It's like this guy, he's such a big actor. He was in the Justice League movie as uncredited Atlantean guard number 3.
Oh well, hey, he just didn't have
nowhere
direction.
to go but up.
He didn't have good direction. I don't know if I blame him.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, let's move on. I would like the Starman to be honest. Is there any man out there that is willing to be honest with us and text in and tell us that if they took their wife's last name? Is anybody out there when they got married take their wife's last name?
Step further.
Yeah.
What about the ones that just don't change their name? Because I have
Oh, really?
I do have a pair of
Really?
friends, and she was like, "I'm kind of a big deal,"
Really?
and did not take his last name because it was like, "I'm already an established artist."
I know who you're talking about.
It's not Matt and Dawn.
Oh,
If that's what you're thinking. It is not. No, she is.
Oh, okay.
She
I was
is
going to say
Dawn,
that.
she is Dawn a thin
Okay.
lot.
All right. Good. I don't know who.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who. I'm just saying I have. So, is there a percentage on that too? Because am I old school in that I'm like, nah, dog.
You take my last name.
You take the dude's last name.
According to a new study, only 3% of men take their wife's last name after they get married. In 87% of marriages, the woman takes her husband's last name. In 6%, neither person changes their name. And in 4%, the wife hyphenates her last name. I see that actually a lot with a few of my friends. The researchers found that the more education a guy has, the less likely he is to take his wife's name.
Wait, the more education he has, the less likely he is?
What?
That's so. I don't.
Because
I'd love
he's
to be
distinguished and
I just would love
educated.
to be in that conversation, like, where the wife, the fiance approaches and she says that like she loves her name so much or something, and
Yeah.
so she's like, "I want you to take my name,
Mm.
so my line can continue."
My line
And then
can
you're like,
continue.
"I gotta go."
Yeah. It said in younger men were more likely to take their wife's name than older men. So
Yeah. Looper chimed in on the live line, 505-585-LIVE, if you'd like to text in. That's 505-585-5483. He said, here's some fun. My first daughter didn't get my last name because her mother and I weren't married yet. Fast forward 25 years, she gets married, and my son-in-law now has my ex-wife's last name because he took my daughter's name.
Oh my gosh.
And not the right way.
So she never changed it, huh? Because she took her mom's name?
So his family name ended when he took his daughter's last. I gotta sit down.
Nah, I follow that.
I follow too. It's just weird, man.
It is,
So yeah,
yeah.
like him and his fiance, they had a kid, and since they weren't married yet, it was her maiden name, and then 25 years later, she's getting married, and then the husband took her last name, so his son-in-law has his ex-wife's last name.
So obviously, as a man that hurts, right? That has to sting, right?
I want to know. I would love to hear, like, well, here's why.
Yeah.
My wife is in the line of Benjamin Franklin. That's actually true. Chrissy Franklin, my wife Chrissy. Yeah, and I was like, that's cute. Chrissy Jeter sounds even better.
505-585-LIVE. You can text in. I Googled, what does the Bible say about a wife changing her last name at marriage?
Okay.
And apparently, it's not in the Bible.
Well, yeah.
The tradition.
There's not a scripture that's like, and then Mary went forth and took Joseph's name.
Back in biblical times, apparently there were no last names.
Well, yeah, that's why it was just like
women were often
Mary,
identified by where they lived. Mary Magdalene, Luke 8:2, by their children.
Yeah.
Mary, the mother of Joseph and Joseph, or by their husband. In Western culture, it has been a common tradition for a wife to change her last name to that of her husband.
Okay.
The vast majority of married women in the West still follow that tradition. There's nothing explicitly biblical about doing this, since the Bible issues no command to do so. Thus, there is nothing explicitly unbiblical about a wife keeping her maiden name or opting for a hyphenated.
I'm kind of bummed I didn't think about this before we got married, because Chrissy, the wife of Steven, sounds much cooler than Chrissy Jeter. I feel like I'm going to have a conversation about that.
Yeah.
It's like, Gimli, son of Gloin. Somebody said when I got married, my wife took my name. And then when she left me, she took her old name back.
Oh, well, I mean.
Okay. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
That's what happens.
I told my wife that what her last name was is not important to me. All I care about is that she's married to me and she's mine.
Whoa.
And she never changed her last name, and it doesn't bother me.
I don't like how he said she's mine. I feel like you could use it.
The girl is mine.
She's not your possession, okay?
Mine.
You don't own her, okay?
Oh, okay. Stop, man. Because she never took his last name, and it didn't bother him. You were so dumb.
I don't like how he
Somebody
said that.
said, okay. But scripture's like, but
She's
my
mine.
body is not my own, and likewise, like your spouse, it's like your body is not your own.
Yeah, we just got to be careful how we say, you know.
Yeah,
we don't
okay.
want to possess our wives.
Well,
you know,
biblically, that says that.
you know, she's not an object.
Somebody said, yeah, those 3% probably carry a person and buy her. Okay, no, not even finishing that one. Somebody said, my teacher in high school and her husband hyphenated their last names together. So they took each other's last name. That's interesting.
I've seen that. I like I said, I have a couple friends that did that.
Somebody said, all right, here's a weird one. What about marrying a dude who already had a hyphenated last name? Pah.
Okay.
Somebody said, how do the last name of the kids work if you both don't have the same last name? Well, I mean, medically, like at the hospital, if you're not married, it's the mother's name that the child takes.
Oh, wow. So if you're not married, it has to come from the mom? The mom gives the baby the last name?
Yeah.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Why is that okay?
I don't work at General Hospital, man.
That the baby's still half his.
Yeah, I know, but like, okay.
Why is it? Why does the mom get it?
Because she literally just gave birth to this child.
So she has all the rights.
Well,
she gets all the rights.
Yeah, welcome to the laws of the land. Somebody chimed in and said, I'm a very independent lady. When I married my husband, there were bets by friends on whether he would take my name or if I wouldn't change mine. They all lost. I took his names. Some things should definitely remain old-fashioned.
Okay.
Thank you, Brandy, California.
It's a tradition. A tradition.
Somebody said weak men equal the cause of the problems we see in society. Without strong fatherly leadership, especially from godly men, things will not improve. Taking the last name is a sign of submission. Okay.
A sign of submission. See, I don't know if I like that.
What do you do? Okay.
I mean, that goes right on. I'm the feminist of this show. And I don't agree with that.
Guys, he's playing devil's advocate. I promise he doesn't have a man purse. Something said there wasn't anything special about my ex-wife's last name. She was just a stubborn woman. Okay, that was going back to the other one. Okay, moving on. Somebody said when we married, my wife took my name. When she kicked me out, she threw away the brass door knocker with my name on it. Okay.
Wow. You know, God created man first. So I think that we get to have the first say in whether or not our wife soon-to-be wife, whatever, takes our last name because we were created first. Okay, let's get that straight.
Shut up.
I'm going to go back to Genesis 2:7. The Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. No woman, no she, man.
Okay. You're so dumb. Oh, speaking of dumb but comical, somebody said, my wife never took my last name. She did, however, take all of my joy.
Man, we can learn so much.
Somebody said the wife changing her name came from early days when wives were considered property of their husbands.
See?
They changed their names so they could be known as such. That being said, I'm in the military, and so is my husband. We got married in the midpoint of our careers over 10 years in. Every single thing revolves around your last name, and I had a pretty unusual maiden name, so I kept mine. When I go out to have a family, that's when I changed my name. We've been married for a few years at that point already.
So if that's true, if that's where it came from, this tradition that a woman was property of this man.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just saying, if that's the tradition,
If that's the
what
case.
the heck, and why are we still doing
No,
this?
shut
You know what?
You were so stupid.
Ladies, come on.
Hashtag time's up, man.
It's not biblical. Just, you know what? Let's change it, man.
Somebody said, here's what you do. When you get married, you guys both totally pick a new last name and you both
Yeah,
change it.
Let's do it.
Stephen and Chrissy McMahon.
Thank you for calling. Got about a minute left, guys. Minute left to get your.
Somebody said, I wouldn't be surprised in today's culture people will get mad over a woman not standing up to men and make them take their last name. Yeah, Dex, way to spur that on.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we should do a little more research into finding why this tradition started.
Well, by the way, remember the Stormy chimed in said, hey, that's not always the case in hospitals. My daughter has my last name. I'm not married, and I'm the father.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I think equal rights. What?
Gosh. Somebody said, hey, man, if we can give a woman a rib, they can take our last name.
Amen. Good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing?
Oh,
What's
Wooly!
up? What are you doing, Wooly?
Got like 30 seconds. Why'd you wait till the end?
30 seconds. I love you guys. Up in Denver, sending all the love. Great show this morning. I have had a conversation with my girlfriend about taking her name.
About taking her name?
About her taking her name. Wooly's pretty great.
Wooly
And,
is a dope name. Yes.
It's a dope name, no doubt. And yeah, I'm considering it for sure.
You're
You know what?
considering
Do it, man. I think there's nothing wrong with it.
No, considering.
Nothing wrong with it, man.
By the way, congratulations.
Pretty strongly.
She your property?
Okay, shut
Is she
up,
your
Dex.
property? I think
Don't
you have to
listen
ask
to him.
yourself.
He's playing devil's advocate, and he's a dumb. You enjoy that. And
If she wants
congratulations.
you to have her last name,
No,
then you
that's
know
not.
what?
That's so
you should
dumb.
go with that.
That is so dumb. No.
Well, wow.
It's
What
not dumb. It's not dumb. Her family has been incredible. There's a lot of healing, actually. I feel like God has perpetuated through our relationship and specifically within her family. I fit pretty well, and I think moving forward, should we be together, which I'm thinking it's looking like, I'd be happy to have her last name. And so, throwing it out as a friend of the show, I know it's not a whole lot of time. Just want to say I love you guys.
I love you too.
And,
Bye, Wooly.
Take care, guys. Have a great show.
Bye-bye. What's in a name?
What's in a name?
A rose by any other name. Okay.
Guys, we're done. We're out of here. Have a great Monday. We're going to upload Facebook and YouTube Live here.
Yeah.
So you can go back, watch the whole show this morning. We talked about a ton of things, happiness and kicking your kid out of the house, taking your wife's last name. Beautiful show. Also, iTunes, just search Morning Invasion. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
Star 88 thanks the Rain Tunnel Car Spa for becoming a power partner and supporting this hour of programming. The Rain Tunnel Car Spa with 3 and soon 4 Albuquerque locations, providing car washes,